time to play. You gonna keep me waiting, babe? Such a lovely face. Stop, kid. You're killing me here. And only one of us is allowed to do the killing. PlayStation.
Alright everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Sets here on Capcom Fighters, the Tuesday show where you can only find it on twitch.tv/Capcom Fighters, where we bring in two amazing players into the ring for a first to 10 exhibition, as well as interviews on both sides of that exhibition as well. You're going to enjoy the show again, and I'm going to be your host tonight, Jammers. Alongside me are my lovely co-hosts. They are going to be introduced in just a second. While I am amazed at my hoodie, I'll talk about this hoodie in just a second. But the guys will be introduced very shortly because I can't do the show without them. But there they are. They are Veggie and Olvaha. Veggie, talk to me. How are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling really good. Came home from UFA yesterday, and all I've been thinking about since then is getting on this show and talking about what happened there with Ending Walker and all the good stuff. So I'm excited to our little banter session today, and to find out how to fix the green tearing on my screen right now. That is also something interesting and exciting.
You can do that while I ask Olvaha how his day has been.
I've been doing good. Obviously, I didn't have the chance to come to UFA this year, but hopefully, there's always a next year, so hopefully I'll see you guys there. And obviously, I haven't had the time to talk to you guys about your experience there. Obviously, I was watching when I could, but and it was highly enjoyable. So yeah, I'm looking forward to all the talks.
Yes,
like always.
Indeed, of course, we had a lovely time at UFA. We're going to get onto that very, very shortly. But tonight's fight card, courtesy of Veggie for recruiting these two players for tonight. Richard, roll the fight card to know what people know what they're watching. We announced it last night, but ladies and gentlemen, we head over back to the US, Texas specifically, and we are going to be having a first attempt between Espadah going up against Kyndrix. We had this matchup on the show a couple of weeks ago, Vega versus Luke. It may start out like that, and it may change into something different, but it is going to be an interesting one once again overall. I can't wait to talk to these two. But yeah, Veggie, walk me through. Why did you want to pick these two specifically? Was there any specific reason?
Well, first, that it happened to be these two against each other, which mirrors what we had a few weeks ago, is just by chance. And I think it's we're lucky there because we get to see it from a different perspective, from different playstyles, maybe a different experience. They might be more experienced in that matchup in itself. But the reason was I wanted to have Espadah on the show, and when I spoke to him about opponents, Kyndrix was one of the opponents that he thought might make a good episode. So it just came together like that. So we're fortunate that we also get to kind of have like a comparison and see the differences and the similarities from 2 weeks back. So that's how that came to be. Life is full of mysteries, and it just ends up the way it ends up.
At this point, I just want to point out that Veggie's talent agency is just getting better week by week.
Listen, he knows how to. He knows a good player when he sees one. He
says, has a way with,
And it's not only just scouting good players. It's like, are you going to be good to talk to? Have you got a lot to say? Stuff like that. Because again, this show is all about the two players we put in the ring and getting their voices heard. And we just like to have a general conversation with a lot of the community as well. Just open things up. Just laugh about certain characters. And he just needs more people under his, Dalsim hating crusade. He just wants more people on that journey. So that's all he requires.
He hates my friend Dalsim.
He
not your friend. He's using you for camera time.
I didn't want to tell him. I didn't want to be that guy, but
No, I just did
clearly,
it. Sorry,
Veggie
I just had to get it off my chest. My chest is now free, and
I even borrowed my headset for the guy.
yeah, he took it, right?
I mean,
I'm sure he took it.
I mean, he returned it.
I'm out of
I'm
this
sure.
conversation. I'm out. I didn't say a word. I'm not saying a damn thing.
Dawson, stop using my friend Obal.
Clearly, anyway. But yes,
Duly noted.
ladies and gentlemen, Veggie did allude to it before, but there was a big event in France that happened over this past weekend. Don't know if you were able to tune in. There was a very huge clip that played over the weekend. We can't play it for you here, but we're going to show you something else instead. I'm wearing a hoodie from the event. Yes.
That's so clean.
I got
I
this.
love
What's the
that
UFA
color.
stand for,
I got
Jammers?
Ultimate
Just checking.
Fighting Arena. That's what it is.
Nice, you got it.
Ultimate Fighting Arena 2022,
Very good.
baby. That's what it was. If you were a caster or part of the staff there, you got to wear this lovely hoodie and they get it for free. But
That's
yes,
so clean.
we
is very
wanted
nice.
to give mainly the production team, but we wanted to give another special congratulations, special shout out to Ending Walker. This kid, he tweeted after he came third at Versus Fighting back in August. He said, "I'm going to win UFA. I want to win UFA. I am going to win UFA," and that's exactly what he did. He stood by his statement and he executed it really well. He only lost, if I am not mistaken, he only lost one game throughout the entire tournament run, and that was against Crimson in the winner's semi-final. Crimson only beat him one game. This was fantastic to see. He had
And that is
Insane.
a rough
Insane.
matchup I hear. So if he had only been playing good matches, Ending Walker, he might be actually undefeated. That's how much of a menace he has become in a good way. A good menace.
At this point, I just want to say how heartwarming it is to see all this warm, nice, fuzzy talk about the whole weekend and Ending Walker winning. I just want to say that Twitter has been more positive than I can remember, like, since forever. And it's been really nice and refreshing.
It's interesting though that you bring that up, because it could have been maybe under different circumstances or a different person, you probably would have targeted more the character. But because because there is a future and there's more of a more not relatable storyline, a fresh storyline for people to get behind.
Yeah, but people love that. Yeah, they want to root for the storyline.
Yeah, because of obviously we've been talking about how young this kid is, how amazing he is at the game, his understanding, just how like he's basically become one with Ed. Again, I think if somebody else did this, we would have said Ed is just completely unfair. But because it was someone of such a young age, it's a storyline you want to follow. Obviously, Dexerto actually put out the esports firm. They actually put out an article, and they put out a clip of me and Logan laughing, and obviously because he walked past his trophy. I'm not going to apologize. I'm not going to apologize for that because I found that funny. Like, you have to understand, obviously Logan did say he's actually left, like he's finished another game in rank. I found that funny because he literally walked past this trophy when it was in the most obvious spot for him to take it.
Yeah.
Like, look, that is funny. He just walked past it. Like, that's not
I
his.
mean, I want to say that he's really well mannered because, like, he wasn't like there and picking it up straight away. He was waiting for his turn. He was like, "Can I pick
Respectful.
it?"
He was respectful to the
Do you know what?
CEO, to the
I didn't even
scene.
know if he was thinking, can I pick it up? I found, do you know what was even funnier? The cameraman followed him.
That was
Yeah,
so
like
good.
that.
I gotta say,
Shout out
props.
to the
Yeah,
cameraman.
props. Yeah.
That
Props,
cameraman needs a
props.
raise because he's just like, this is my
Give him a
moment.
raise.
This is my moment to shine. He just took the cameras like, I'm gonna go off script now. Followed him down there, and everyone loved it. That was great camera work.
And look what we have because of that camera work.
Listen, and you know what?
I'm just saying.
No, because I said this to Veggie like ages ago, and this is what I speak to the production team about all the time. People at home, I'm not saying viewers at home specifically, people at home go, where are the games? We need the games, cut to the games, da-da-da. And it's like, yeah, but you know, you guys got to see a moment like that and laugh, and Hi-Fi got to edit. Shout out to Hi-Fi. He got to edit it because of the production. So you kind of have to, like, if you want some of these moments and iconic moments and like people outside of the FGC to see what we're doing, you kind of have to let it rock. You have to let it rock. Obviously, everyone's on time constraints, but you all got an amazing moment. That clip, by the way, has got over 500,000 views on the internet now
That's insane.
because the cameraman followed him walking past his trophy.
The cameraman, you did a genius.
Yeah.
Off
But, like,
off the script, he just did it. He felt it. He moved just like it was in his heart, in his moment. He understands, and that is a cameraman to give severe credit.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all
But
I'm
also-
saying.
Severe credit.
Go on,
But
go
also,
on.
I just wanted to say, like, a fairly obvious thing to say, but like, it's the FGC for a reason. The C is there for the community. It's not only about fighting games and the next match, please.
Yeah.
You know?
Got to see that, build these storylines, have this fun as well. But you know what? Again, because there were tons of killers in the bracket, not just for Street Fighter, but multiple games out there as well. I think UFA was or one of the last offline events in Europe, at least, or for the game in general. So you know,
and in my opinion, the biggest event we've had. Like, let's not think about I mean, Evo bigger in terms of entrance and turn up, but it was on PlayStation 4, so it didn't get the same. Like, people aren't talking about Evo as much as they could have been. But this was PC. It was 144. It was VSync off. It was latency mode extra, ultra, and
I don't know any about that jargon you just said, but I'm gonna take that as good.
And it was had the star from the US, Mr. Punk. You had the European stars. Or we're missing like one or two.
You had the
and
birds.
Then you had,
Shouts to
the birds.
Big Bird and Andy Bird.
And then you had other people coming from the UAE. You had people coming from Puerto Rico.
Shouts to GTR. Shouts to Mono.
Everywhere. Yeah. So I mean, this was a crazy stacked tournament. It had crazy energy. You could play as much free play as you wanted to during the days when there was no tournament. You could really enjoy the fighting game of your choice this weekend. And I think that level, we needed to have one of these events before Street Fighter 6. So
Yes,
it might be one of the
perfect,
few last, but I think it is the best top 8 we have seen since the thing hit 2-3 years ago.
100%. And for those of you who didn't know, every person in that top 8 was a Street Fighter League player except Ending Walker, which he may as well have been one.
Yeah,
But he would've been
exactly.
if he was old enough, right?
one-
So.
yeah,
Of course, 100%.
100%.
100%.
But yeah, you know what?
One thing.
Oh, go on.
One thing I just wanted to, if we're gonna keep talking about Ending Walker for a moment, I just want to say that I think it's really impressive how it was like his second offline experience on a big tournament, and obviously he's been playing from the comfort of his home most likely for years now, and I think it's just really impressive that you can so smoothly transition your skill from that environment to such a huge stacked event like UFA. Like, there was loud noises, I think like sensory overload in itself is a thing we don't talk about enough, but it's definitely a factor for some people, and some people are more sensitive than other for loud noises, bright lights, all that. So I think it's really, really impressive from Ending Walker that he could keep his composure in such an impressive way.
I mean, he looked super comfortable, and I'll give you guys a fun fact before we swiftly move on because we are running short of time. So that was Ending Walker's second offline event, and he won it. His first offline event, he came third at Versus Fighting.
Third.
There was another game that happened at UFA as well. I won't mention it on here. They had a young 17-year-old. It was his first offline event, and he came third.
Really?
And I was like,
Wow.
okay, so your next one, you could win. You could win. There could be a pattern here. Something of a trend is
Crazy.
going on. These youngsters, they're having the time of their life here. I'll tell you what, we did try to get Ending Walker on the show for a quick interview, but he's on holiday with his family around Europe. So we're going to let him get that
Well
R&R
deserved.
he needs, and then obviously you'll see him at the World Warrior Finals looking to book his place in Capcom Cup. Speaking of World Warriors as well, we had another one happen over the weekend at the same time of UFA. I believe it was for the Europe West. We're going to see the results of that very shortly just now. We had Snowboy. Shouts to Snowboy from the Netherlands taking that there, cementing 50 points. Akram coming second. Raps from Italy coming third. Gambonera coming fourth. Maeve coming fifth. K-Man using Poison. Woo! Poison representation outside of me and Mystic Smash. That's fantastic. He comes fifth. And then Groovebox and Erimove coming seventh. So yes, there was a lot of Italian representation here in EUS because obviously Mr. Wolf, Garnet and Geeko were actually at UFA as well. Shouts to the Italian community for making their way out there and getting as many games in as they possibly can. This was the fifth and final CPT World Warrior event for Europe West. But then if we transition over quickly, you're going to see their final 8. These are the 8 players you will be seeing in their top 8 finalists, I should say. For the regional finals, it is Garnet, Geeko, Akram, Snowboy, Gambonera, Mr. Wolf, Ras, and Maeve. Strong Italian representation. I can't call it. I think there's 4 people that can be in a very strong position to qualify. Ras could show up because Ras has been in this situation before. So this is going to be interesting to see. And obviously, we don't have a date for that yet. Or I mean, Ritas does have the date, but I don't know the date off the top of my head. But this is how we are going to run it there. So that is great to see. Make sure you're following Salt Mine League on the following social media outlets, the Twitter, the Twitch, and the YouTube to catch the archives there as well. So that is going to be that there. I believe we can, I think it's just about time we bring in our lovely guests for tonight. Is that all right, Richard?
Yes,
can we do that? I believe we can do that. All right, so gentlemen, we are going to be moving on to our interview phase. So if we can get Espadah and Kyndrix to unmute their mics so we can have a lovely chat with these two players and find out more about themselves as well as their street fighting background and what they think of certain things. So let me find out. These guys have not done it. All right, there you go. There's one. We got Espadah here. And I believe, yes. All right, cool. So let me just double check. Espadah, Kyndrix, can you guys hear me loud and clear?
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Hey, there we go.
Welcome.
So, fantastic. Gentlemen, first of all, let me thank you both for taking time out your day to join us on the show. This is the part where we do our lovely pre-match interview. Get to know you guys a little bit better before you guys just hit stand fierce and stand medium punch and get upset about someone's V-trigger. But it'll be great to see. So, my first question, I like to ask this to everyone because I like hearing different stories and how people surprise me with their names. So I want to know the origins of your name. So Espadah, I want you to talk first because I have an idea, but I want to be completely wrong about it.
Okay. So part of I already know what your guess is.
I don't.
It's gonna be your guess is Bleach, right?
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
Okay. So unfortunately, you are correct. That's part of it. For sure. So back in like 2008, I was reading the manga when the Espadah were first like showing up because I've been reading manga like for a long time.
Hey, fellow manga reader, I like it.
And when they first showed up, I remember like Grimjow and Ulquiorra were like the coolest character. Keep in mind this, I'm 2008. I'm what 13, 14 years old.
Yeah, that leaves an impression.
Yeah, and Ulquiorra and Grimjow were like to the edgy teenager, like the coolest characters ever. You know what I mean?
For sure, for sure.
The other part of that is I kind of liked that the Hollows had like Spanish culture, like heritage, like everything's like Hueco Mundo, like for example Garganta.
Yeah.
Like they're all references to Spanish things, right? I like that because my dad's from Ecuador. He's not from the United States.
Okay.
So he's like a big influence on my life. I wouldn't be able to do anything without my dad. He means the world to me, so it's cool to like have like I don't know, something like that. Yeah. And also I like the what do they call that when a word has like a symbol or meaning? Like so Espadah means sword in Spanish.
Yeah.
Right? And it was very cool to me to make like an emblem of sorts out of that name.
Nice.
So you guys can't see it right now. I don't have my camera on, but it's that picture that they're using of me. Actually, you can kind of see it around my neck. There's a necklace that's a sword.
Oh.
Has my birthstone on it.
Oh, that's so cool.
Okay.
Like double meaning.
Yeah, hey, listen, I like those meanings. That's what I like to ask people. I got a question for you. So who's your favorite Arrancar, the top 10 then, when it comes to
Oh, that's hard.
I mean,
that's
it
hard.
probably hasn't changed much. Like, I'm gonna be honest, Grimjow and Ulquiorra are the coolest ones. Well, Baragon and Holly are pretty cool too.
Baragon, yeah.
Fair,
That's solid
fair,
one, solid
fair.
one.
Baragon and Holly. Actually, the one that disappointed me the most was Stark, Coyote Stark. I was like, this is the Primera.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Fair.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if Ulquiorra had ended up being the Primera, I think that would have been cooler.
I'm an average Yami enjoyer.
I'm just
What?
clueless. So.
Nah, Yami. Okay, so
Yami enjoyer.
Yami was cool he filled his role as a jobber. But then they tried
Giga jobber.
Yeah, then they tried to elevate him past lackey henchman jobber, and like, oh, actually, I'm a Espadah. Zero spoilers. Actually, I'm a Espadah, and I was like, what? That doesn't even make sense. So he's stronger than the Primera. Why is he here and not in Karakura?
I remember.
And then he gets one-shotted by fucking Kenpachi. Oh, sorry.
I remember. I just want to say, I remember when that chapter dropped. I was like, It was so funny.
Listen, this is, you have to understand that's how manga goes and whatever. But yeah, no, do you know what? I like that background. I can talk to you about Bleach another time because that's gonna be a very deep.
Poor Beggy.
Espada, you should definitely talk to Four Phils about Bleach. He is definitely a huge Bleach lover.
I think I've mentioned it on his stream before a couple times.
There you go, perfect. You continue talking to it by him. All right, Kyndrix. What about you? That sounds like a musician's name, but I could be wrong. Surprise me.
Yeah, a lot of people think it's a reference to Kendrick Lamar, but it's not. It's kind of unfortunate. I didn't even know who that was when I made the name.
Kendrick Lamar.
So back in 2005, I used to play Guild Wars a lot with my brother. Shout out to Toplin, by the way. And some of our friends, and so I wanted a name that didn't have any numbers in it, so I just went to like a website that just gave me a random name and said, all right, this is it.
Wait,
and
you just said random generated name and it just...
Yeah, I just went to this naming website and it just made a name for me.
Kyndrix, would you say you're a very creative person?
Not with names, I guess.
Okay, let me ask you this: is that website still around, where you can just pick a random name?
I honestly don't know. It was so long ago.
And lifted all the
I'm sure some exist.
I mean, how long have you had the name Kyndrix for now?
Since 2005, I think.
What a Giga Chad!
17 years in the game.
Yeah,
average random name enjoyer.
Longer than Ending Walker has walked on this earth.
That's right.
Dude, that is insane. Now that's crazy.
Respect your elders.
Now this is now that's crazy. Right, I gotta. This is why I love asking about people's names and everything, because the conversation can derail into something the most hilarious thing ever. I want to go back to Espadah. Espadah, so you've kind of taken up a coaching role in fighting games now. I'm kind of curious as to why you pursued this path, or kind of coaching in Street Fighter 5 specifically. Was it something that just like grabbed your attention, or did you start competing and said maybe this just isn't for me? I want to kind of teach people how these games work.
There is a story, but I'm a little worried that it's not going to be that interesting.
I'm curious, but
more interesting than Bleach, at least.
for you.
So there's no like big deep reason. Basically, what happened is I don't know if you guys obviously know Dr. African, right?
Yeah.
So I'll give you some background filler history so this makes sense, because it kind of doesn't make sense without it.
Okay.
I played Street Fighter 4 as a casual who didn't ever go to a local. In fact, I started with Ultra when Ultra came out. And I went to my first local when 5 released, and my very first local I met Doc. And I was a new player. I was like bronze, silver. And he's actually the one that got me started on him and another TO in my scene, Bobby Enzminger, who used to own a gaming store here. They're the ones that taught me how to play, like actually play. So I had a big respect for people that did things like that, like helped people want to improve, because I wanted to get better. I loved the game. And that always kind of left an impression on me. And then fast forward to like 2018, and Doc I can talk about this all now. This is all ancient history. Is making moves with Optic Gaming. They had something called the GGEA Academy.
Okay.
And there was a fighting game section of GGEA at the Optic Gaming headquarters, and I was a student there working with Doc. But Doc was very like oversaturated with work that he had to do. And I've always been of the analytical, like I can talk about the game and really understand what's happening type.
Yeah.
Like for example, I would say to someone, hey, instead of saying, hey, dashing and hitting crouch medium punch is good, I would say, hey, when people tech on reaction to you dashing, the crouch medium punch will be the exact number you need to hit that reaction number. Like I can actually teach people why things work the way they do, not just that they work. And Doc noticed that, and he allowed me to help him teach people, like as an assistant.
Wow.
And I ended up realizing I actually really like this. Like this feels good. It feels good to give back to a scene that I would not have been as good as I am without them doing that same thing for me. So there's no like some deep reason or like, oh, competing's not, I still love competing. It's just, I feel a deep satisfaction of helping people get better. I don't know.
And you have a deeper appreciation for what Dr. African showed you, and you want to kind of share that or kind of have that experience with other people. Is that a good understanding of it?
Yeah.
Okay, so why did you tell us that it's not going to be an exciting story? Because I love that story myself. That was great.
Because I don't feel like I have, like, some people have incredible stories. You know what I mean? Like, they have, like, this amazing, deep motivation, like, in my childhood, my Itachi killed my whole family. And I was like, I don't have anything like that. I think it feels good. I think it feels good, and that's it. There's all there is to it.
If you had to choose then in Street Fighter 6 to be a coach or a competitor, would you be able to choose? I mean, I said if you had to, so if you had to choose, which would you choose?
If I had to. If I had to. Dude, that's really hard. Because on one hand, I love competition. The only reason I didn't go to like 500 tournaments as soon as I could was because, you know, traveling's expensive. You know,
yeah.
I mean, if it was free to go to these tournaments, you would have seen me in every country on earth, like on this Daco style, like just going everywhere.
Okay.
Like I just love the game. I actually love traveling. I love seeing different areas. I love all that. It was just I was financially restricted.
Yeah.
So I wasn't able to feel like I could make that as much of a priority as I want, and unless that, which I feel like it has changed a little bit, I am going to be able to travel a little bit more in 6. But if I had to pick, teaching is more stable. Teaching is easier to access from anywhere at any time. Like I could be sick, I could have like the flu or something at home. I can clock in and be like, I can still help people.
Yeah.
Can't exactly go to a tournament when you're like that.
Yeah, no, that's a very interesting perspective. That's a very good way of looking at it. I like that indeed. Right, I've got to move on over to Kyndrix, because Kyndrix, he is a character that's thoroughly used in the European region. We've got quite a few of them over there in the US, but I have to ask you, in your personal opinion, what do you think, as a character, what is Vega's biggest problem? What makes him not be a top 10 character?
That's a good question. I think he just kind of. It seems like he doesn't fit into the meta all that well. There's not a lot of focus on neutral with a lot of characters in this game, I feel, and that's where he shines. And you know, every season I think he gets a little taken away, so he's always kind of landed in the same spot.
If he had a really strong anti-air, would he be a sick character then?
Oh, for sure. But he shouldn't have one though. I don't think he should have a good
Don't tell Bolts like that. Do not tell Bolts like that.
Yeah.
So you feel that weakness has been made up for with the strength of his buttons?
With his movement speed. I think a character that's best position to position himself on the screen should have the weakest anti-air.
That's a good point. And what about the claw? If the claw wasn't losable like that, would that help a lot, or would it not be a big thing?
Yeah, well, if Vega returns in the next game, that's one mechanic I hope doesn't come back, because he actually gets punished for blocking. If you be patient and block, you're gonna still take damage to your claw no matter what.
Okay, so I wanted to follow up the discussion about Vega. You said that because Vega doesn't really fit into the meta right now. Do you think anything about Vega's weakness is a part of or do you think the matchups that he has against characters is like a problem at all? Or do you think he has like generally good matchups? What do you think about that?
I think generally he has okay matchups. He doesn't really have a horrible matchup, but again, if he didn't have the mechanic where his claw was in danger all the time, I think he would win a lot of the matchups he loses right now.
Okay, no, that's
because you're forced to play in clawless a lot, and that's definitely an inferior stance.
Yeah, because obviously,
for sure.
In my personal opinion, Vega does have one of the best medium buttons in the game when the claw is on.
For sure.
In terms of what it does.
Especially when that V-Trigger is ready as well, right? But then the claw suddenly drops, and what are you gonna do?
Now, obviously, you did mention before, it's like, look, with a character like this, his movement speed, just his buttons and how he works in neutral. If you said anti-airs, he shouldn't have that brilliant of an anti-air. Let me ask you this. Who would make a good secondary character for Vega in that regard? Would you pick someone who has a better anti-air, had a bigger damage output? Or would you just pick a secondary character for a different reason?
I would pick a secondary character for a different reason. for example, I have a secondary Bison. I feel like Vega complements him more than he complements Vega. Because a lot of Bison's bad matchups are the kind of the bulky grappler characters, but I think Vega excels against those characters.
Okay. I'm glad I spoke to you and not Bolt Strike.
Yeah. I mean, as someone who's played Vega, I think Bison's anti-airs are great. I think a lot of Bison players are very spoiled when they say that he has awful anti-airs. I think they're spoiled by that crouching jab that they lost.
You heard it here first. The truth has
Keep that under wraps.
Yeah, I love this. This is absolutely amazing. Now, also, I want to go back to Espadah and his character choices. You've ended up on Luke. First of all, Espadah, correct me if I'm wrong. Did you play Ken before Luke?
That is correct. And before that, I played Akuma.
Okay, so is it just a Shoto thing with you, or is there a reason we've kind of bounced around the houses towards Luke?
Okay, so that's an interesting question. I was not originally a Shoto player that mained only Shotos. I've always actually been a random select connoisseur. When I first learned Ultra, I actually made it a thing to, it's like, okay, I'm new to fighting games. I want to learn. Let me get to 4,000 battle points with every character in the entire game.
Oh.
I want to understand how they work.
Okay.
Right?
Wow.
And I kind of was like that in this game too. It's why if you ever watch my stream, I'm just playing like random characters all the time. Current project being like Guile and stuff, right? So when I started this game, I actually started day one with Mika because I was like, this character is going to be strong early on. I felt like, because even though I wasn't that good yet, I could see like what was good and what wasn't. But I ended up swapping to Nash because I don't know. I just thought he was super.
Still during did you do that during? Sorry, did you do that during season 1, or did you do that like even later?
This is week 2 of the game.
Okay.
Week 1 of the game, I played Mika. Week 2, I swapped to Nash, and I just
Smart.
I played Nash all the way until the beginning of season 3, and then in 2.5, I had realized that Nash was not going to work. So I was like, I ended up. He was the first character I ever got to Diamond with. I got to Diamond with Nash, and I was like, I don't think I can continue playing like this character. He was really, and back then, you know, I was fighting like Balrog. It was bad. So I swapped to Akuma, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna play an absolutely bonkers bananas character, and from what will be from here will what will be, right? I'm just gonna no more like. I don't want to ever have an excuse when I lose of like, man, if only I had played a better character. I told myself that if I ever caught myself saying that, I was going to pick a top tier character immediately. I never want to ever feel after a loss like, man, I should have just never want to say that. Never want to hear those words from myself. So I picked Akuma, and I realized, you know, I've always thought shows were cool. Like I liked Evil Ryu and Fort. I liked Oni. I liked Standard Ryu. I thought he was cool. And I was like, you know what? I like this DP anti-air thing. I like the control it gives me. It gives me a feeling of like, I can play ground game, and even if I whiff a button, you jump, and I can last second anti-air. Yeah. That's something that like characters like Nash didn't give me. I have to block the jump-ins. And I was like, oh, I don't have to block them anymore. I can anti-air these. And that it just kind of stuck. And then when Akuma got nerfed, like right before, like, I started playing Ken the year before Luke came out, so like 2020, 2021, all the way up from 2017ish to 2020, I played Akuma, and then I swapped to Ken. I started learning Ken when around the time he starting to get a little bit of buffs, and I was like, this character's nuts. I still play Ken. He's still in my pocket. He's a good character. And then I was playing him, and then Luke was coming out, and I told myself, you know what, I'm gonna do for content a rookie to diamond like run on Twitch with Luke. Day 1, I'm gonna try and get diamond in one sitting the first day of his release.
That must have taken you 5 hours.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, no kidding. I did it, and I realized, wait a minute, hold the phone. This character is a little good.
And the rest is history.
Yeah, literally. Okay, so I'm about just to put it in perspective. The account I'm playing on right now is almost Warlord, and I made it the day he came out.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
And do you know what? It would have been almost a year. It would have been almost a year. I think it's a couple of days from last year. Yeah. So no, that's what a story in terms of the characters from there. Now I've got time for 2 more questions, 2 small ones before we go to a break. Since you do play Luke, Espadah, do you feel Luke quote unquote ruins the game? Yes or no?
I feel like that's not a yes or no question. It depends on what you mean by ruin. I think he ruins the game from people have like a feeling, have a certain negative feeling towards him that turns them off from enjoying the game casually.
Okay.
But I don't feel like he's ruined quotation fingers like pro play.
Okay, interesting. Right. Kyndrix, I want your opinion on that as well. Do you feel Luke ruins the game for casuals or anything?
Not for casuals, but it definitely disrupts the higher levels, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird choices with Luke that I don't understand, but
give me one example of a weird choice. Give me one example.
So, for example, I don't understand why Luke, all of his anti-airs are invincible to the air when other Shotos are not. I don't understand the reasoning behind that.
Okay.
Can I reply to that?
You can do. Please do.
That's actually, technically speaking, not true. There are other characters with DPs that are invincible to air attacks on all their DPs. Cammy being one of them. Guile is invincible on 2 of them, I believe. 3 if you count EX. Sagat as well has that. It's not. His DPs are actually very closer to Sagat's than they are traditional Shoto in the way they work. Even where like they move him forward a little bit. They share. The thing about Luke is he's an amalgamation of like a copy pasta of everybody else's moves, like arranged in a certain way. So he doesn't have a Shoto DP. He has Sagat's DP, and Sagat's DP works very differently.
But he's much shorter than Sagat.
Yeah, exactly. all the strengths and all the weaknesses. Exactly.
Yeah, so I just there's some areas I don't understand why. I mean, I think he should have some weaknesses, but there's no real clear weakness with him.
Oh, okay, fair. No, do you know, I'm loving these perspectives from obviously someone who plays against Luke and someone who does play Luke.
Exactly.
Now, I do have time, just about enough time for one more question for you guys, because I'd love to talk about this a little bit more, but we are running short on time. I like to ask this question to everyone because I did get surprised the other day when I asked this question, so I'm going to see if you two surprise me or you're not. Espadah, we'll get your opinion on this first. Who do you think is the best character in Street Fighter 5 at this point in time?
Luke.
No disputing it. I love it.
I will say that that's not like a clear. I answer him because I believe so, but I could also wake up tomorrow and say, like Ed, Poison, Dalsum.
Ooh.
Man wants to put Ed in that bracket. Okay.
He's forgiven. I forgave him already.
Okay. No,
it's
fair.
probably forgiven.
Right, Kyndrix, what about you? Surprise me. Who do you think the best character in Street Fighter 5 is right now?
Oh, you're about to be disappointed because it's Luke.
No. I like
not even close.
I like asking this question because obviously in the past a lot of people have said Luke, Dalsim. Some people floated the poison. I got one person that said Chun-Li. I got one person that said Zeku, and not too long ago somebody literally took the rug from under my feet and they said G's the best character in the game, and I almost fell off my chair. So I always have to ask because somebody legit will surprise me. So I always like asking. But yes, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a short break. And when we come back, I'm going to make sure Kyndrix and Espadah are in this lobby for this first to 10. So don't go nowhere. We'll be back with you shortly.
So I've been thinking about strength, man. Strength, might, the power to fight. Is it money, authority, a cool job, a ton of likes? Okay. Let's keep it simple. I want to be strong. Can you believe it? We got self-driving cars. The time's coming, we'll be taking rockets to Mars. And yet you still got folks out there using their fists and bodies to seek strength. Yeah, I hear you, man. We're all a bunch of fools. But, you know, if you want to know about strength, you just gotta get to it. We fighting fools are all getting to it on the streets.
You won't know what hit you.
Let me have some fun.
Let's get this mission started.
This will be a good fight.
Got you in my sights.
Neutralized. Predictable. Time to end this. Fire. Double. Seven.
I'm just on another level.
Welcome back to Capcom Fighters, the sets, the Tuesday show nowadays. Veggie, do you want to hear my best yodeling impression?
I really don't, but I feel like you want to show me, so I'm gonna let you show me your best yodeling experience.
Just
I was
because
really happy. Just one thing, I was really happy. I thought I fixed the thing, but it seems like it wasn't properly fixed. So back to my corner while you yodel, I guess.
It's not easy being green.
True.
But yeah, so I'm gonna give you my best yodel now. Yodeling.
I
rated it like a 3 out of 10. I don't really know. That sounded like... That sounded like...
Oh,
yeah,
that was awful.
That was like... what's it called when you do that kind of like dry humor?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Super dry?
That was awful.
Yeah.
That was awful.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
But, I mean, I understand what it's about now, though. It's about Claw being a yodeler.
Yeah.
That's the thing, your jokes are so high IQ that it takes a while to realize what they're about. And when you realize the joke is already over, so it's too late to laugh over. But great, either way, my bro, you know I love you.
It's all good. It's all good.
Anyway, if you are just tuning in, we are kicking things off with the first attempt between Espadah and Kyndrix. Luke versus Vega. Just catching up with things right now, but it looks like it's going to start off slow. And you know what? I've only seen Kyndrix play a couple of times, mainly in the CPT for the Midwest. So I'm actually curious to see his perspective and how he handles things against Luke, because one mistake.
Whoa, that was funky.
Alright, gets the 3-piece into the target combo.
Yeah, and here's that one mistake. Espadah was close to stun. It's all Kyndrix in the corner now, but he's trying to open it up. Slow, patient play from Kyndrix. Waits for the slide to get out. I think that those slides I really get, because you just want to get out of the corner at that point, because you're getting smothered with the plus frames, right?
I can see
so
that.
Resets it to neutral.
I think it's a case as well where you're probably going to see him do slide activate a lot more often, because if he gets hit by a full combo into EX Flash Knuckle, he just needs to get out.
Right.
It will be interesting to see how he will answer the whiffed stand medium punch as time goes on. He gets more used to Espadah's timing. Just the light is not enough, but Espadah really ready with those crosscut DP. He's been playing now for 3 seasons DP characters, so they should be good at this point. Oh, what a surprise dash. I couldn't even see that, but what a conversion from Kyndrix. Yeah, that's dead with the super spin. Don't leave any damage on the table, especially against Luke. You could have 80% life, guys. I've seen it myself, in case you doubt me. And you leave a little damage on the table, and that might be the round in Luke's favor. So that was a great decision on Kyndrix for taking that first round.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting, because obviously Espadah tried to close things out with a dash-up throw, and then what was Kyndrix's immediate response? Well, I'll dash back at you, and then I'll take a full combo into the CA.
I think if you're playing Vega, you already know the damage is so low that you have to be committed to using the resources anyway.
Blaster. Chipping away at the moment, and I'm worried as well because Vega hit neutral. Okay, get the crush counter with the outlaw kick, double flash knuckle into heavy rising rocket. I like this.
As well, back medium punch.
It's just smothering.
It's gonna be so plus.
Oh, he's dead.
Yeah, Kyndrix, after blocking like 5 or 6 of them, tried to interrupt or find his timing. Espadah not hesitant, just keeps going with those plus frames and finally finds his opening.
Yeah, one thing I'm worried about is, this is it. So Espadah can chip away with the Sand Blasters. They do 8 chip damage. I think the EX1 does 10 or 12. But then the thing is, Kyndrix, if he has meter, he can do EX Crimson Terror to go under them at a certain range. So it's kind of a neutral aspect I'm worried about.
Yeah, you can still see Kyndrix kind of trying to adjust to the jumping timing from the Espadah as well. He did talk about Vega having anti-air problems.
All right, back medium punch is firing away. Yeah, he's going to do the rock smasher to gain some ground. Yeah, get rid of it. And because he still hasn't got the life lead, he needs space so the claw doesn't affect him. And he got hit by the claw anyway.
Nice.
He got hit by the claw anyway.
Oh,
misses
shimmy.
that.
He already committed to that shimmy, non-reactional shimmy, and finds the...
There we go. I really love how he's utilizing those air-to-airs. Look at that. So consistent with them. Jumping medium punch, jumping jab, both of them. And even the jumping short at the beginning of the game.
Right.
Anything will take it. This is a great position to be in for Kyndrix with over half his life and claw buttons, but he chooses to take them off. Is he afraid that he might be losing that?
He's saving the claw.
Oh my god. It's starting now. Here's the start.
Hold up.
Uses that plus frame from that V-skill power
Super.
up. Tries to get out of the claw.
Oh, I think that's what he tried.
Might have been trying, but too late.
I think he tried to do DP into super and try and catch it there.
Kyndrix definitely did not want to be in that corner dealing with the plus frames. Find his way out. Worked out for him.
He was
Great
out
start
of there.
for Kyndrix, yeah. I like that you could see the frustration for a little bit. Espadah trying to jump in, get air to air, jump in again, air to air, jump in again, air to air.
Yeah.
Losing like the last slither of life before that close to any hit counts.
And yeah, these two can't jump on each other. Yes, they actually cannot jump on each other. And they did tell me before they are from the same local scene, so these guys have
they know.
very familiar with each other.
I think that always adds like an interesting layer because they already know how each other play and they're playing like a longer set, so there's like even more room for like improvising.
Nice, he had the whiff punish, but he didn't believe. Gets the punish and block anyway, though.
Yeah, it's clean punish.
Tries to find, after all these plus frames, finally trying to find the throw tip. But Kyndrix so patient on defense, not seen a sign of him being on that teching roll, but now he's lost the claw. This is looking really difficult for him to bring back. Without the claw, 2 more of these Auroras. Super stuck for chip soon.
Oh, he could have ended it there, but he didn't see the counter hit. When you're confirming that, I think it's better if you actually look for the counter hit, because then you'll be able to just hit the buttons like immediately and it'll still connect.
Yeah, that definitely makes it easier to identify that it's indeed a counter hit because the hit animation doesn't really change.
And this is the point.
He lost the round. Nah, he's lost the round.
Punches, and that's gotta be enough for this.
Wow.
That is so unfortunate.
Was such a bad spot. First time he lands the standing medium punch target combo, he's from a whiff punish on the stab medium kick, and the second time he's just buffering it or reacting to the dash. I don't know. And that was such a round for Kyndrix to bring back.
No, that's gonna be big damage here. Oh, that wasn't big damage there for Kyndrix. Probably messed up the combo there, execution error, but he's still got the positional advantage here. And Espadah might have to look for a jump because he wants to whiff punish right now, but he's gonna have to change it up soon. Punish.
Yeah, you can see Kyndrix kind of backing down, respecting the space and respecting the jumping, the possible jumping from Espadah as well. Just willing to give Espadah that space.
All right, Buster Claw. You've got to be careful with the next Buster Claw as well because Espadah, if he's at the right position, he get a big punish on it.
But right now, though, any stab medium punch has a great potential for a conversion that will lead to someone close to death. Should Kyndrix find the whiff punish or just the confirm in itself? There's the whiff punish. And
the best button in the game.
He's gonna do another one.
Wake up buttons. No super. I would have done super. I don't know about that. I would have done super to get him in the corner, but he wants to kill him instead.
Oh, he's trying to get a whiff punish with his down fierce. That was a brave and a half from Kyndrix.
He can't Buster Claw again. He cannot Buster Claw again, otherwise that's going to be a reversal super. Oh my word.
Oh my word, he did it.
Why does it always happen like that, Jammers?
Alright, runs away. No punish with the V-Trigger 1 though.
Is he going to chip him? He can chip him. No, if he gets close, he'll chip him. Yeah, just anything into Rolling Crystal Flash.
Yeah. And he gave him the super for the chip as well, but he needs to make something happen, and he whips the heavy flash knuckle. And Kyndrix, control has been the name of the game from him. He's even changed out of claw to whiff punish with non-claw stab medium punch target combo a few times now. And he's really showing us familiarity and control in this matchup, and I'm interested in seeing what Espadah will bring to the table too.
No, that's good. Like I can see, because I've seen Espadah with a couple of buttons, mainly crouching medium kick. I think if Kyndrix is not trying to aim for a big combo, sweep is probably the easiest thing to do, but you need the damage against Luke also. Because like Vega can hold the lead against
yeah,
Luke,
he can definitely he can lame out a lot of characters, and I think Luke is included in that batch.
He's already in the corner right now. Nice jab buffer.
The jab buffer. Oh, with the grab, that was really unfortunate, but he still has the corner. This is a fantastic position for Kyndrix to have.
He activates off stand fierce. A lot of Lukes
and
don't
the
do
back
that.
throw. Ooh, with the roundhouse there, but Espadah keeps the corner here. Another
He's
one.
lost the claw. This is what Kyndrix is talking about. He don't wake up.
Nice interruption.
Oh boy. Rock smasher. Is he going to be looking for... Yeah.
Ooh, that standing light kick.
But I've seen a lot of crouching meaning his whiff on Kyndrix's end, and I think... Oh, sorry, Espadah's end, and I feel Kyndrix should try a sweep. Maybe one sweep.
Yeah, that's true. Like, at that point when Vega has so little HP, like trying to air just gets increasingly more risky. And that was really unfortunate for Kyndrix. He had the right read, but unfortunately the trade just, made him lose.
Oh no, hit confirmed there from Espadah, but there it is. Makes amends, gets a full combo into the Rising Rocket, and he had the counter hit back medium
Look at how
punch.
many. Can we get a count on those back medium punches?
Bro. Oh, he's going to get a counter hit
that's a
confirmed
punch.
anyway, but he couldn't connect.
But that's it. Oh, and the jump in as well. And back throw once again. Espadah really wants to be. She's adamant about keeping the corner.
He might as well just do EX Sandblast pressure until it's a throw again.
Yeah.
He's already done.
Yeah, keep those plus frames.
Done. Oh, no.
that has happened a few times already, like whiffing the target combo there. That's dangerous on Kyndrix's part, and Espadah gets the first win under his belt.
There you have it. 2-1 in the leads. Kyndrix is, but Espadah's looking to reduce that deficit and make it super strong. And then obviously take it from here, because I'll tell you what, he hasn't had a bad start. Just a couple of execution errors and mistimed anti-airs. I think they just have to be a little bit more careful, cognizant towards what buttons they're whiffing. I think it's more so Kyndrix is in danger more than Espadah is, because the reward is way better. It's probably one of the, if not the best reward for whiff punishing on Luke's end.
I hope to see that later down the line on the set, like them being a little bit more aware of, what to whiff and what not to whiff.
Command grab there as well. Just backs away, and then he, full screen is fine. Chipping away with Sandblaster or making Vega try and circumvent the fireballs, just close the gap, is fine for Luke. Hits him with the Rock Smasher again and charges up hard shot.
Oh, nice air! Entire rows there.
I can see the impatience on Espadah's end against Vega. This is something he probably fights on a regular basis, but I can tell this is something he doesn't want to fight on a regular basis.
Yeah, it's definitely frustrating, even for Luke.
Oh,
nice.
He didn't believe. He's gonna get another V-trigger soon, Nova.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna get another V-trigger. And that's when it becomes dangerous for Kyndrix, but he manages to sneak in that standing medium punch to get that round win. This is really interesting.
All right, Vegi's gone to take. He's got to sort out something real quick, but he'll join us back momentarily.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see how we get here. Overhead. That's not exactly what Kyndrix wanted, but he gets that jab buffer again.
He's used that a few times already. The overhead, like maybe on accident, but it's been hitting at least so far.
Well, I think the overhead when it hits is +1 hit anyway. I think it's only Rashid and Jury that's 0, so I think I think Vega's still fine.
I mean, yeah, you still get like a turn.
Yeah, see? And the fact that Luke's vitality got reduced to 1,000, playing a game plan like this, a lame, neutral-based game plan, is a lot easier for certain characters, especially Vega. Look at this. The close just doing the work.
I love watching good Vega hold down the neutral. It's like watching like an eloquent dance or something. Like, it just looks so entertaining.
Back throw.
And the back
yeah,
throw.
He woke up immediate back throw. And you know what? Some people will disagree with that, but that is still a solution to do in this game, because everyone delays. That's why you see delayed medium buttons on wake up. That's why you see immediate throws working. That's why you see super still working, man. The mind game on Oki situations is probably the best it's ever been, but it could still be a bit wild.
And
let's get back into it. He's back.
I don't know.
Back again.
Just fell down. So let's hope the camera.
Welcome back.
Hit confirm. I saw that hit confirm the low forward into Rising Rocket.
Oh, and the stand fears, that's gonna be some heavy damage for Vega standards anyway. Oh, and even the crush counter.
He's not gonna be stunned. He can't do another one though, so he's got to be careful about that. And he did a light one because he ran. You know what? I said he couldn't do another one, but it doesn't mean he can't do a light one to avoid a potential throw. So these two play very much so. Frame trap there with the Rock Smasher. Oh, he's gonna get jumped.
Big jump.
See, we saw this happen with Phenom over the weekend.
Yeah.
People were jumping his V-triggers.
Jump for the fences.
You definitely just have to, it's hard to hold back on it because you have such a powerful ground control tool. You just want to press it at some point, right, to try to get that hit. And for some reason, people can be kind of good at fishing out that timing and finding the jumping on your V-trigger.
Yeah.
Oh, big. No.
Alright, goes for the meaty crouching fierce and then goes back to neutral, and Kyndrix can play from here if he wants to.
Definitely missed fireballs here. I wonder if he switched to hitbox recently or something like that. That's like an input that he might have then, yeah. I'll write that one down right now.
Yeah. Buster Claw nicely spaced there.
I feel he should have done super. I think Espadah, if he blocks Buster Claw, do super.
Hopefully we can see that.
I think there's a range it might not catch it, but that super's got some fast frame sub. It's got absolutely zero range, but I need him to get the corner. Oh, he gets a jump in anyway.
Big jump in though. Hold that thought. Oh, that's just it's so good. Just getting clipped.
He definitely just wanted to use
Buster Claw, where's the punish? Oh, that's gonna be big.
Look at that was clean.
He's dead. He's absolutely dead. There you go.
That's one way to miss Vega's face.
Now, this is a reason before, going back to something that Vega observed before, Kyndrix took off the claw to help close out the round. This is what he doesn't want. If he takes off the claw when Luke has certain resources, it doesn't mean he has to risk Buster Claw or anything else to try and get caught off guard. This is why I'd say he's got to be careful with Buster Claw when the super's available.
Yeah. Definitely something that Espadah should be punishing and has been punishing at times. Might not just not be looking for it all the time. You know, even though it has a lot of blocks, it's a move that you're sometimes just not looking to punish because you're just not expecting it when it's first coming. We have seen him do it earlier though, so we might.
Oh,
what a lucky
sneaky dash! Yeah.
Just through the active frames nearly.
Look at that! Oh, that was a preemptive like anti-air because you can't just throw it out willy-nilly. You need to like actually read the jump with that anti-air.
He caught it with the classic back throw. Will do it. He's not going to do it. He should have done a back throw to work, but he's out.
Oh, and he escapes the corner. He's so slippery.
But that's what he wanted.
Defense and guessing on defense has been so good with the throws, just looking for an opportunity to escape the corner with a V-trigger.
Oh, catches that.
Will he find the jump?
Still has some juice left. There you go. Gonna equalize the life bars a little bit.
Confirm.
No, I don't know if he's looking for a jump. He might want to walk up command grab him, to be honest.
That would be sick if that call out.
He might
even without the claw.
Come on, grab.
The
there
crouch
you go.
fears.
He should have the X1, he would have died. Yeah, he was
overhead.
Chip though, he's definitely closing that chipping range. 17 seconds. Espadah going to make something happen.
He could do that.
Oh, Espadah had to make something happen.
Yeah.
Not ready to DP after that blocked. Maybe he's thinking that he's baiting there. That's that one mix-up, right? He's -2. Should he DP? Should he not?
Nice awareness.
Just not risking it. Just going for the button or the special unblock into the super. And I mean, had he been hit by the EX-DP, he would still have the life lead, and there would be no real okay situation for Espadah. So I really like that.
No, that is very true. I'm seeing more than Vega versus Luke here. I'm just seeing this is classic impatience against Vega.
Yeah.
I don't think this is a matchup issue. I just think this is classic impatience against Vega.
Yep. And he's finding that was definitely not the safe one. -4 version. Kyndrix, great control right now. Espadah trying to find an opening. Whiffs again. Not really ready to whiff punish there though. But we've seen plenty of time. Kyndrix with amazing whiff punishes. Oh, there's nothing that he's not
so
used to. Just like that. Great stuff.
This kind of a game lead by Vega just can feel so demoralizing in a longer set. I can definitely understand the frustration from
again. He might be looking for that back hard kick soon if he gets the chance. He's going to rock smash his way back into the neutral. He can't waste that V-trigger. Oh, good walk away. He can't waste that V-trigger. He needs a hit. He needs to get these hits, and he almost
he drops the forward fears.
Really like the button usage. Just taking his time. Espadah's
the
find some way to open up, and that is not the answer that you read right now.
He's looking for a jump soon. Yeah, it's not even a jump. He's trying to go for a dash. He had to take a risk. This is what happens, and it's very obvious. Idom said it before. He said when you got a substantial life like that, it's very hard to lose it. Outside of a couple of V-triggers, it's very hard to lose it. Nice low
Take your turn back. Yeah. There you go.
Oh, backs away, gets
some decent carry. Yeah, get some decent corner carry as well. Yeah, takes off the mask for most. That's so like.
That's a huge drop, and a great awareness with the punish. Opts to save the super. Couple of more hits.
The stun racking up.
Yeah, the Oki from the shoulder tackle.
Finds the back throw attack. He's trying to delay Kyndrix with the tech.
Watch out for the V-trigger. If you throw that fireball, he's gonna V-trigger. He's gonna V-trigger you. Yeah, he's waiting. He's waiting.
So scary right now. It's only one medium punch away.
No, two.
And I mean,
now it's one.
Now it's one.
Now there's chip range also, so it's been kind of dangerous trying to find these jump-ins.
He's right.
Oh, he's gonna be plus. He's gonna be plus. Yeah, he's gonna be plus.
But we have the mix from the layer is still there. It's He's
Nah,
plus.
he wasn't gonna do
Is
it.
he gonna DP?
Nah, he wasn't gonna
No, he just doesn't care. Kyndrix just he would be knocked down. Doesn't matter. He's ready to press and take the EXDP. Espada pressing, thinking that he's going to respect it this time. 2 for 2 on that guess for Kyndrix.
You know what? In that situation, I probably would have just done the super. Probably just gone for it. You know? It's like you need to you need to get
what do you got to lose?
You need to kind of like take the control away from Kyndrix because he's 5-1 up at the moment. You should take control away and say, look, I will do. He's already done light DP against the EX command grab or a command grab. You should also throw the super in there every so often. So
I love how Kyndrix is dancing on the jab distance from Espadah here.
Kyndrix is spacing right now against Luke and obviously playing Vega in general. That huge Vega experience is just helping him out like tremendously.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, that's so clean. Oh, he drops the combo though.
And it's really nice because he's seen it a few times and probably made a mental note. Next time, I'm definitely punishing that one.
Exactly. And the next time, he's not gonna drop the combo.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate drop. Kyndrix down.
Oh, and once again the slide. Yeah, that's so good.
Nah, he just he's prioritized like neutral control over everything. That's why.
And that's like, and he's playing the matchup right exactly because like Vega in the corner is nearly not as threatening, like fighting out of the corner, than Vega in the mid screen.
Good stuff there from Espadah, trying to reduce the deficit. Let's see if he can close out this game. Someone's asked, I don't know why any Luke is using V-Skill 1 over V-Skill 2 at this point. It can help him punish in aspects. And again, there's a specific punish Espadah did to Kyndrix before it helped with V-Skill 1 because he already had the amplified flash number. So,
and there's only so many Lukes right now utilizing V-Skill 2 anyway to this, fullest extent. So for a lot of Lukes, I feel like it's still like a non-factor, so, needs some labbing.
V-Skill 2 is good if you understand strike throws to an exceptional T in this game.
Yeah.
Oh, he almost could have clipped that there.
Oh, nice. Dash check from Kyndrix.
He's missing his combo or his follow-up again.
Okay.
Nice conversion from Espadah. This is an important round for him to take.
Yeah,
maybe go for the throw. Still going for those.
Look at that. He gets the target combo.
He can win this if he just plays patient. One Rock Smasher will close out the round. He just has to be patient with it.
Oh, there you go.
And that's it.
There you go.
As I was thinking about that, guess what? Kyndrix waited a couple of seconds, took the risk of that jump because he had full resources. An activation combo probably wouldn't have killed because there would have been a little bit of scaling to the V-Trigger into the CA. But this is something that Espadah needs to be patient and identify. It's like, look, if I wait 5 seconds, you're probably going to wait that extra second. So I need to add on that extra second and wait the 7. That's it. I need to wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, you gotta manually...
Absolutely.
Yeah, manually delaying your own timings.
I think there's been like a little bit few of the throws maybe on the Espadah's side. He's just comfortable sitting there and blocking out and then finding that sweep to get out of the corner, right? Ooh, he tries to find the interruption there.
Yeah, listen, here's what happens when someone plays solo, they won't play neutral. You either join them and play slow and try and beat them out of the game, or you speed things up. The latter hasn't been working, so he's had to go back to the form.
Oh, nice conversions earlier though.
Plus frames on his part.
Still not ready to find that throw. Kyndrix though get caught walking backwards. No conversion from Espadah. Resets to neutral again.
Espadah dropping some of these hit confirms. I feel like that's really costing as well.
Nice crush counter. And he has the V-Trigger. This is so good for him.
He uses it at the end here.
Kyndrix is so ready, so aware of the resources and the options at all times. Playing
Do you know what?
exceptional.
I feel I've got to ask him. I was like, you've jumped a lot, even though like Kyndrix has shown you the answers. Are you just waiting the risk reward, or is that just impatience? What is it?
Frustration, yeah.
Because he's jumping, and Kyndrix has basically done V-Trigger anti-airs, he's done air to airs. The only thing he hasn't done is jump air throw.
No. So good stuff for Espadah though.
Alright, trying to do it. Yeah, he's trying to catch him off
You
guard.
turn back, yeah. Just walking forward right now.
Nice.
Make sure he's not clipped.
He took that claw off and he's ready to find something. Gets a crush actually for his troubles. And the delay on that walk forward, that was so beautiful.
The frame
when he's walking to the claw, definitely still plus. Delay EXDP from Espadah, who finds a great opening right now. Any hit will take it.
Still not enough.
But I mean, any hit will probably take it from Kyndrix too, trying to buffer with that stamina kick.
I mean, yeah, if he finds any normal into V-Trigger.
Oh, there it is!
No! That's good! He manually delayed the super to get the timing right, I think. Good job from Kyndrix.
Woe is Espadah. Just when he thought he could clutch it out and get that round, take it to the final round, Kyndrix waits and gets another conversion into the CA.
So good.
Reserving that meter for the big one. 6-2 right now it is for Kyndrix. And I'll tell you what, this is very similar to a lot of characters against Luke. If they can't, they can utilize meat in certain areas, but Kyndrix has gone, you know what, I can beat you without spending any meter, or very little meter as possible, and still be able to earn that big combo there. So 6-2, as I said, to Kyndrix.
Sweep.
I really want to commemorate like Kyndrix's resource management. I like how he's looking to get that kill with the super in most of these rounds, either through just a roll with punish or into the V trigger one and then super, and it's just such a good way. I think that's such a strong game plan to follow and play with, that slow, patient claw. And he's been making it work. He's really labbed how to whiff punish, how to use buttons, claw on, claw off, and showing us that it's never safe for his partner to just press. Really on point right now is Kyndrix.
Listen, he has come one with Vega. He's completely mastered him, has the total experience to do so, and he's basically embodied what Vega's gameplay is all about.
Oh, what a nice catch, and he delayed the Barcelona
overhead throw
at this point.
Yeah. Oh, I love that he got the side switch as well.
No more V trigger for Espadah. It's got to make this cup. I mean, still 2 hits, right? With the damage, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, nice job.
Nice trade.
All right, here we go. Kyndrix looking to go 7-2 up here in this set, but Espadah from start till this point, he has been struggling to get some sort of control. I think that's just what the aim of the game has been.
Oh, this is such a big
match. That ain't like he got that buffer out on whiff, and that's another huge opening for Kyndrix starting the frame traps.
Oh, this is such a dude. This is such a Vega masterclass right now.
Had he whiff punished that as well, it would have been one of the sequences of the year, at least close side, I'd say. Espadah though activating, trying to fight on the corner. Kyndrix so close to taking it.
Any button from Kyndrix right now. There you go. Stand medium punch, one of the best buttons in the game.
All right, so it's 7-2 at this point right now. He's looking to just run away with it. He looks super comfortable. He's not even playing in cruise control. You still have to be 110% mentally aware, have that situational awareness of what Espadah is still capable of doing. But again, he needs a complete readjustment in his approach. The way he's been utilizing V-Trigger, he's been using it to play catch-up, not really fully converting. He's jumping when he's been told that you can't jump.
Nice
through his gameplay. And again, I think it's just a couple of buttons, especially with the claw on, that's been letting him down outside of his own hit confirms and, you know, just getting those situations where he's landing that hit. Throw tech.
Strong straw from Espadah. This is the kind of round we want to see with Luke. Confirms and conversions, counter conversions, corner control. Sign of life right now. Espadah really shaped it up in that round. Let's see if he can continue at this note, continue with this kind of gameplay.
I think we also saw the first application and trying to apply V skill 2 from Kyndrix during the whole set. He hasn't used it at all before this.
Well, the thing is, he hasn't need to. There's quite a number of things Kyndrix hasn't used that he hasn't felt the need to, because we haven't really gone past gear 1, gear 2, gets a jump. That's one rare jump he's needed, and he spends the super early, take it to the corner. This is what I was saying before. He needs to get the corner as much as possible to change Kyndrix's way of thinking defensively. He's not going to jump yet either. No, he'll wait.
Is he gonna try to
no,
again? That's such a big whiff as well as normal, but this is why you see Fedon confirming into the light knuckle, just to make sure, should you miss that confirm, you don't lose the round for it. One more.
Grab will do it. Grab will do it. No, he tried it.
Oh, the mistimed it, and there's life from he gets the walk-up throw. Oh, no. Activation. What's
Dude, take everything you can from the situation right now.
Just wait. He's about to build super. Do not give him super.
Oh, no. He went past. No way.
Man, what are you doing?
That is sick.
Do you know what it is? I think he doesn't realize there's other... Well, I say that. That's just me thinking hypothetically. I think he does know. He just forgets. And he's trying to really test the reactions of Kyndrix. But Kyndrix is ready. He's already done the thing that takes more risk, which is the jump.
Kyndrix has definitely shown that he has, his reactions are on point. He's not on cruise control like you said before, Jammers.
Oh, nice buffer.
No, that was too sick. That confirmed.
No way.
It's just showing you that. You know, the more
It doesn't stop.
You might as well dash up grab, to be honest. Yeah, you might as well just dash up grab. You might as well do command grab afterwards for the sake of it.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, nice.
Goodness gracious. This is looking bleak right now.
Just looking to activate.
Just poke him away. Sand medium punch, gonna close out the round, yeah. Unless you want to do a random
Dude, he's feeling good about he has to be feeling good about this right now. Espada is struggling right now.
Struggling doesn't even begin, that doesn't even begin to describe half of what's going on.
Well, I was being political.
Oh, just there, yeah. I don't know. He has to get a fat jump in or a hit confirm.
That was great. What a confirmed safe and super. I like it.
Nah, he's got to jump.
Yeah.
He's legit good. Ah, he got himself in. He got
Hold on. Oh, but he didn't go into the machine gun.
Yeah,
the surprise slide.
Who is waiting to block out and then slide. I would like to see there like a neutral jump call out onto the slide for the round just to put more fear into Kyndrix. Kyndrix is so comfortable just sliding out, blocking mediums, not getting thrown, and then slide, activate to get out. It's been the name of the defensive game in the corner.
I think Kyndrix is he's being so cozy right now. I think he has a large blanket over him and a nice warm drink on the side as well.
I'll tell you what, this is a complete turnaround for what we saw when we had our players from Pakistan here on the show as well. What a turnaround. This is fantastic. See, this was very good that we got to see it from a different perspective, to be honest, because a lot of things I theorized from before we watched this matchup, I think they're actually coming to fruition here. Again, I don't know. We'll ask Kyndrix afterwards. I don't know if Vega wins this or this is even or slightly in Luke's favor, but the sides I thought that would be in Vega's that are conducive to Vega, I can see them here. I can see them.
Yeah.
Just waiting
I feel like Kyndrix is playing like the way he plays as well. Kind of emphasizes on those strengths from matchup point as well.
Yeah, he's done it again. Yeah, he had to do that rising rocket because he messed up the confirm before. Right, forward fierce frame trap.
Oh, and the delay on that.
He might as well frame trap him again, actually. Yeah, he tried. He tried. He's going to block that, yeah. It's fine.
Yeah, he just gets out of the corner
Is
again.
Kyndrix going to jump again?
I really like how that was kind of a preemptive get out of corner option there because, like, Espadah was not in his face even.
Right.
Like, that was really nice.
It's either going to be a dash up something or someone's going to jump. They're not going to wait this long. I told you. Someone's going to jump.
Yo, the trade!
He finds a trade with a fireball. Lucky break for Espadah. Should he have lost that round, it will be looking extra bleak.
Do you know what? At this point, he's going to need a second wind or like every miracle he can get because I think, he's just been outclassed in a lot of aspects.
Preemptive Christmas miracle.
I mean, when we started seeing the walk-up throws in the mid-neutral is when we knew that Kyndrix was comfortable.
Yeah,
and he's trying to
and
jump
the crouch
again.
fears as well.
Like, it's not a sustainable strategy, and Kyndrix is so comfortable.
Oh, and the shimmy this time.
I just love for more out.
Vega players utilizing every one of their anti-air options is just something beautiful to see.
At least they can. Nash players struggle in that department.
Why are you bringing Nash players into this?
No, because like again,
it's just no punish.
Yeah,
I need to ask if there's like range specific for it, but I wouldn't think so. At least just for a button.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna look for a buffer into Flying Barcelona again, and you're gonna wait. You're probably gonna wait. There's a jump again.
Double jump. Oh,
that was
nice
so ambiguous.
Under.
Yeah,
and then also finding that crushing meeting kick on it. Kyndrix setting up the control again in neutral. Espadah feeling the need to keep with his fireballs, but still afraid of it.
Do you know what? Do you know what? I feel when I watch Espadah play, I feel he thinks a 10% lead to his opponent is probably like a 50% lead. He could have died. Oh no, he'd still would have been alive. But.
Oh, he finds the hit, but now he's afraid of confirming as he's had so many of them on block earlier.
Alright, there we go. Pressure being applied. And he's using those rock smashes a bit too far away. Kyndrix will block until he gets in range because he's got 2 bars. He can kill you.
He's just sitting comfortably there. Oh, but this time the jumping lands.
Yeah, the early jump heavy punches to stop that air-to-air.
Do it again.
Very Ken-like,
do another one. Yeah, do it again. Do it again.
Another one.
Do it third time.
No, just don't
and he's building the V-trigger back as well.
Looking for that slide, finds it. Kyndrix out. Not too bad of a position, but Espadah with a full V-trigger 1 can make something happen.
Oh, the surprise dash. That was gutsy from Kyndrix.
But what you can't do is you can't throw a fireball.
Oh, he just did it.
Yeah, I respect it. No, I respect it. I respect it. I'm not sure if he was expecting Espadah to charge up V-skill 1 or he was expecting to just throw the fireball from full screen. And to be fair, he's got a 7-game buffer. do what you want. do what you want. Yeah.
It would look sick if he reacted to, if it looked like he reacted to like the V trigger or whatever.
Yeah,
Espada would be doing there.
But yeah, overall, outside of it being a battle of impatience with Espada going up against Vega, because Kyndrix is just basically just dominating in that department, really frustrating him. I do feel, just to reiterate, I feel when Kyndrix gets like a 10% life lead, Espada thinks it's like 50% that he's lost. It's like you have, but I think he knows how mentally enduring it can be, and he's trying to do early jump fierce.
Like super jarring in a longer set as well.
Dash up for him. Crush counter sweep.
Oh,
so
there you
jump
go.
over him.
Get that corner carry there.
And the one time Espada goes for a throw, Kyndrix is backdashing. He's definitely caught on to like every decision right now.
Yeah, he's on top of this mentally.
Good check.
Oh, tried to walk. Yeah, nice interruption from Kyndrix. He was instantly on that. He sniffed
that one. Looked kind of hard to punish at least.
No, he would have had. Yeah, he would have had to have super there. The jump and the super is there. He's gonna lose the round because he's throwing fireballs when he has CA or he's near to building it. And Kyndrix, I'm telling you, you just read this man word for word, chapter to chapter. You can tell me the synopsis of this book with your eyes closed.
Yeah, he's in a, another mental dimension currently.
But here's something I'd like to commemorate with the design of Luke. Like every button that Luke uses in neutral, crouch medium kick, stand medium kick, all these buttons are whiff punishable. It's a button you can really outplay. Yeah, they have become. They weren't that released, but they have become. So it's really on the player and the opponent to make Luke work or not. So I like this part of the design definitely. And you can see it to fruition with a weaker character just out neutraling the opponent, who arguably has better control, but it doesn't really matter. Also better reward should he land the hits, but the hits haven't really landed.
The reward is like so skewed.
Brother in Christ, can you not throw a fireball, please? Please do not. Thank you.
Jammer's hotline for tips.
I just don't want you to throw a fireball. That's all I don't want you to do.
Is that too much to ask? Yo, there it is.
Is that what we spoke of, the whiff punish? Should you whiff the stand medium kick, you're very, very susceptible to getting punished.
Oh boy.
Right. Damn, it is looking grim right now for
It's not showing me why I put Luke in top 1. It's not showing me what Claw needs. He's just showing me a masterclass of neutral with punishment, control, and air-to-airs.
And to be fair, we said this time and time again. It's like, look, if you're going to pick Luke, you have to go in with the mindset that everybody's ready for you. You have to go in with that mindset. And Kyndrix has been, like, again, he's been illustrating that to us from start to finish. And he's at potential set point here.
I gotta say, that Buster Claw has been working really, really nicely for Kyndrix during the whole set.
It's a good point, because everyone knows how to fight Luke, but Luke doesn't know how to fight every matchup yet, right?
This is what I was saying at UFA.
Yeah, that's what you said.
That's my fascination. It's how people fight.
You said that. Yeah, you said that. So it's like, I don't mind playing against Luke ever, because I've played it a lot, but the Luke probably doesn't know what to do.
Exactly.
And as you say, like, the opponent will be ready, but are you going to be ready for the opponent?
Ooh. Back to the neutral here. Kyndrix only needs that sweet medium punch. There it is, one more time. Give it to us. Oh, the chip, yeah.
I like it. Never let Luke stay alive. Doesn't matter if you're up 9-3. Don't let him be alive, because one hit and you might die.
Yeah, I feel like Kyndrix is showing like a masterclass of finishing your plate, so to speak. Like he's never leaving anything on the table.
All right, this is set point here for Kyndrix, and he's been comfortably closing out games, so he's going to be looking to follow suit for this final round here. Unless Espada decides to turn everything around, but he's already off to a bad start, unfortunately, here. I wouldn't be surprised if Command Grab started rolling.
What a punish!
With the stand fierce?
I don't even know what to say right now.
Stand fierce?
He could probably have gotten a punish there as well, getting hit by that into the V-trigger, and Espada is really fighting from behind right now. You need to make any count.
I don't feel he's that kind of dude, but I could just sense Command Grabs coming to end the set, but I think he's going to be he's going to be safe about it. He might be safe about it.
Dude, this must feel insurmountable for Espada right now.
It is.
It is.
Oh, yeah. That early jump heavy because so not been graded.
He's dead.
Oh, there it is.
Dead. Yeah, he's dead. That's going to be spin edge, and that's it.
Beautiful. Victory is beautiful.
It
is, especially when it's won by such a beautiful character.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
he turned into a Luke player.
It was so amazing. That was such a beatdown that Kyndrix turned into a Luke player himself. Everybody, I want to see GG's in the chat. And I want you to laugh as well, because Vega is so bad that Kyndrix said we are going to pick Luke just for the sake of it. We have fun. We have fun on this show, right? And deep down, everyone is a Luke player. No disrespect.
He needs Luke. He needs Luke.
No disrespect, no discrimination. We're all friends here. We've all played Luke. We all love him. We all hate him. I don't care what you are.
I love him.
Let me tell you, we're going to take a 5-minute break.
Dude, that was so funny.
That time, we're going to ask Kyndrix how much of a Luke player he actually is. Go get a drink. We're going to keep laughing until we come back from the break. We'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Hadouken.
Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. No! Hey, stop! Watch out!
Safety first, bud.
You my new recruit? Yeah, gotta say, you're photogenic. Again, you can call me Luke. We're just coach.
Spinning bird kick.
Game! Fight!
Rising uppercut. Spinning bird kick.
Gotcha!
Headbutt. Shoryuken. Watch this. Sonic Boom.
Level up!
Now then.
Jungle House, Edelman, frozen for business! Shall we begin? Showtime! Step into the ring! Don't expect me to be a pushover. I'm so strong! I'm too smart! Here comes a new challenger! Shoryuken! Cut it down! Lend me your power! You want the base? You get the base! Sit down and shut up! Street Fighter 6. Scrap heap. Ready. Start. Hadouken! Shoryuken! Tatsumaki Tatsumaki!
All right, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's episode of Sets featuring Espadah going up against Kyndrix. If you're joining us, Well, there's no more games, I'm afraid. You're gonna have to just look at my lovely face as well as my two co-hosts' lovely face, and those two Luke players over there. These two Luke players over there. That's gonna be great to say. But yeah, if you missed the archives,
don't make me laugh again. Don't make me laugh again.
If you missed the archives, you can go catch them on twitch.tv/CatConFighters in this channel here, or you can go check it out on the YouTube channel. But yes, let me double check. Have I got Kyndrix and Espadah here?
Yeah, you do. What's up?
Yep.
Perfect. So, Kyndrix, first of all, congratulations on that masterclass of performance there. You look like you've been fighting Luke for 10 years and you've figured it out.
It feels like it. Thanks a lot.
Time is relative.
So, my first question in regards to what transpired in that set there, your general approach to Luke, because you seem to have it all mapped out. Do you mind walking me through what your thought process is when you go and fight Luke?
Yeah, the number one game plan is just deny opportunities because Luke is very explosive. I try to just be a wall, keep away from him, stay out of the corner as much as possible. I think I reserve my V-Trigger 1 solely for whiff punishes.
Oh.
And also getting out of the corner.
Okay.
I just want to commend that for Kyndrix because I've seen various claw players and some of them do that, and I really like when you both save into the super and the V-Trigger just to get that kill at like 40-something% and deny the opportunity of the comeback. I really like that part of your game plan.
Yeah, I think that's the best game plan for Vega is just to play patient, poke away, then save your resources to deny them their super and V-Trigger comeback.
Yes.
Okay, no, that's
like
interesting. And speaking of meter management, obviously you used it incredibly well against Espadah and Luke in general. Is this a Luke-specific thing, or do you have like a group of characters you do that against? Walk me through that a bit.
I think it's in general for all characters. Most characters, anyway. I mean, there's a lot of characters that don't have explosive comeback factors, so you can be a little more liberal with your meter usage.
Okay, no, fair play. I like that as well, because obviously you rarely used the Crimson Terror to go through fireballs. You kind of just preserved it for the super and get that one big combo, and then you were just happy to build it in the same fashion you were doing for multiple rounds because the claw was working out. You had a good, good balance of switching between claw on and claw off. You kind of had a very good read on Espadah's offensive pattern, so you really worked out some things. And I got to commend you for your anti-air game, because obviously before the first attempt you said, yeah, this guy should not have good anti-airs on the ground because of his movement speed, but you kind of compensated by doing air-to-airs and anti-airing with V-Trigger. I think the only thing you didn't do was a jump air throw. That would have been the icing on the cake.
Well, Zane and I fight fairly often, and he kind of knows my game of air-to-airs, so he'll jump early buttons, so that'll stuff your air throws. So I didn't.
Okay. Fast question. To interrupt this, have you recently changed anything in your gameplay regarding playing against, Espadah or anyone else? Because you did mention that just now. Have you changed anything else in particular?
I've changed my anti-airs. I'm trying to go for actual anti-airs when I can. And I also changed the fact that I backdash a bit more against Zane in particular, but against Luke, because they like that stagger pressure and they can convert from pretty far away. And I just get blown up by delay teching.
Fair.
It's a nice adjustment there.
That is a brilliant adjustment.
I would commend the defense on Kyndrix's side. I feel like he was just guessed a lot right and just took his time to get out a lot of the time. Could I just add, Espadah, when it comes to punishing claws forward heavy punch, is that very range specific for Luke, or is it just something you're not used to doing?
Very range specific. At the max distance, I actually don't get a punish at all.
You can't even do super to catch the retracting hurtbox.
At absolute perfect, not the if it's an absolute tip, no. But usually, yeah, you can get super.
Okay.
At the reasonable, I'm gonna call it reasonable max distance, you can get super. But outside of that, no, you can't really do much. It's actually one of the things that a lot of people don't really know is that Luke can't really punish that move unless he's like pretty inside the arm. I can do like if I'm close, semi-close enough, like 75% of the way, I can do crouch jab, but crouch jab doesn't convert into anything.
Not even what? So does the X flash knuckle? No, that doesn't connect, does it?
It's not a combo. It's only on counter hit.
Yeah, light flash knuckle that whiffs, right?
Yep.
And then what? Jab into super, that doesn't work.
Doesn't combo.
No, it doesn't.
I mean, so I think you just take your jab and not call it a day, but you move on, I suppose. As
Basically.
Poison has a similar situation at most ranges, so she could just press stand light king, we just move on. But maybe you want to do, I guess you could do the jab and then cancel to Sandblast, so you get the punish, but then you could get extra shit just for the sake of it. It's just me theorizing, so.
That's what I usually do, but the ranges I was trying to jab at, I wasn't in range.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of a war of attrition though. It's the first to get the life lead. I'm harassing with my Buster Claw, and he has the beam fireballs.
Yeah, no, that's very true. Espadah, like, how do you feel about this matchup overall? Do you think Luke wins it, or is it like do you feel it's in slightly Vega's favor?
It's tough, right? Because for like almost a year now, a lot of Luke players have felt like Claw is kind of hard. Like, for example, Space Boy doesn't play this matchup anymore that much.
Okay.
Or at least he wasn't for a while. He was swapping back to Sakura for it, because he was having trouble with Metro in the matchup.
Okay.
And I was talking with him about it, and he's like, yeah, this matchup is low-key, like, kind of tough. Because the thing about Buster Claw and Sandblast is if my Sandblast stuffs a Buster Claw, it's going to be a counter hit for 64 damage, I think. But if the Buster Claw hits me, it's a crush counter into a knockdown, and he gets V-trigger.
Right.
So the risk reward factor of him doing Buster Claw versus me hitting him with a Sandblast is pretty in his favor. So I have to make sure that I don't get hit that often. And the thing about Sandblast in this matchup is he's not really gonna ever do anything other than Buster Claw that could get hit by it. He's not gonna. You see how he's like not hitting stand medium punch that at those ranges, right? He's not gonna try that. He's not gonna attempt that. So what the fireball is really for is I'm trying to get rid of his claw. I'm trying to lower the health, so that if I do get a big hit, it'll be ready for the claw to come off by the time that happens.
Right.
I'm just slowly wearing at it so that when the time comes, it's there to be removed.
Okay. No, that sounds like again a decent strategy. I think it may be much more effective against other players than against Kyndrix, because obviously you guys know each other so well.
We played thousands of games together.
Yeah, because
and we go back and forth a lot.
That sounds like a very well thought out plan from the both of you, not just one end, from the both of you. So I feel if you guys were to just do a gauntlet of Espadah versus several Vega players and Kyndrix versus several Luke players, I think your game plans would actually kind of just showcase how strong they are in the long run against people that are not each other. So that's good to hear. I mean, Kyndrix, what about you? Do you feel Vega wins this one, or do you think it's even or Luke's favor?
I could listen to an argument for it being even. I don't think Vega beats him, simply because I'm forced to play in Clawless, which doesn't do that great against Luke and gives him more opportunities to get in. If like I said, if he didn't lose the Claw, I would say he would win the matchup. But that's a lot of his matchups.
Well, okay. let's not go that far now. But how do you, Espadah, you had a couple of, I think we noticed it as well when you were playing. There was a lot of opportunities you had with the crouch medium kick, and you weren't confirming them, or you had a couple of execution errors. Is this something you're still working on, or was it a rollback issue?
No, I was intentionally not confirming. He's been backdashing nonstop. It's not.
Yeah.
It's kind of dangerous. So if I go in for a crouch medium kick and he backdashes, I have to not only see if it was a hit, I have to see if he's still on the ground. Because he's been backdashing at those ranges a lot. And if I do the confirm, I'm whiffing a DP or whiffing a knuckle. I was trying to. I probably should have started doing fireball if I was going to do that, but I didn't want to leave myself too negative. Is the thing. I just wanted to just do glow forward and call it a day.
Right.
I was trying to save my confirms for when he's actually closer to the corner. Because then it starts being like worth the risk, and I don't think he's gonna backdash when he's near the corner.
No,
for mid screen, it was dangerous because he's been backdashing a lot.
Yeah, no, I totally get what you're saying. Because just me watching you two play, just because of how dominant Kyndrix was in the neutral, I felt your top priority should have been to just take him to the corner. And we did assume that you had a couple of execution errors. But if you're saying no, I intentionally didn't do that, that sounds to me like it was very limiting to play from the get-go. Then, if that was the case, because from an objective standpoint, you missed a lot of opportunities, and you were fighting from the corner. Had to do much more reversal than probably you felt like doing. Does that make sense?
Yeah. In retrospect, I probably should have taken the gamble on the confirms a little bit more. But it's happened before where I've played him mid-screen, and I'll like get a knockdown, and I'll dash up and go for like a crouch medium kick confirm. I'll see the stun bar move, and he flips out and punishes me.
Yeah.
So I saw that he was still doing that, so I was like, okay, I probably shouldn't play with fire.
Right.
And try. But then under the hindsight, the retrospect of that is, what do I have to lose, right? I might as well go for it a couple times and actually like force him to start backdashing more and more and more. But
Okay.
yeah, it was a concern. I didn't think it's kind of hard to see if it's a flip out or not. Like you just go for a confirm, because Vega's back walk looks kind of like, when he stands up, it looks kind of weird for a second. So it kind of looks kind of like he flipped out anyway half the time.
Oh, I don't think I've ever heard anybody say that before.
It's because he's tall. When a tall character crouches and then stands up really, really fast, they go from a very tall position to a low position really rapidly. And when you flip out of the air, you turn into a ball, and you flip out as you crunch up your body and flip out, right? You become a lower profile as well. So it looks, when he ducks rapidly like that and then stands up, it almost looks like someone about to start a backdash animation a little bit. It looks very strange when tall characters rapidly crouch really quickly.
Sorry. Yeah. No,
yeah. So it was a little awkward. I should have tried to confirm more.
Okay. No, I've never actually heard that, or that issue being raised. All I just see is Urian on a hitbox just crouching up and down really fast. That's all I see. I didn't think
some Urians anyway.
But sorry, Veggie, you wanted to ask something.
Because 2 times you got like unintentional forward medium punch in neutral. Have you recently switched to hitbox and sometimes get like a fireball error, or was that just completely random that happened?
It was just me messing up. I was trying to do like not a walk, excuse me, then stop stand medium punch. I was trying to
You're right there. You're right there. I don't want to do my guest.
Hang on there.
I'm so sorry.
I didn't know that question was that deep. Oh no, he's with us. Don't worry.
I can't breathe. Give me a second.
He's still with us. He's still.
I can't breathe. Hold on.
Take it easy. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, something was in my throat or something.
All right. Are we good? Are we good?
I think I'm okay.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
I was trying to walk directly into the stand medium punch rather than stop and do it. So I was trying to be like really quick on the flicking my stick backward, and I was just messing up.
Okay.
Exactly.
I have one question for Espadah if you're ready to answer.
So lately, I think Luke and his V-Skill 2 has been kind of all the noise right now. So I'm just thinking, are you using V-Skill 2 at all in your own gameplay? Is it matchup specific? And if not, are you planning on using that V-Skill at all?
Matchup specific, I do use it a lot actually. And I think it's objectively better. But for a long time, I've liked V-Skill 1 against Vega.
Okay.
Because I like the fact that if he does Buster Claw and I am somewhat close, I have the ability to convert a crouch medium punch into medium flash knuckle and actually get something out of that situation.
Right, and we did see that.
There's other things too, like whenever he does, I didn't get to do it. I never actually pulled it off, but whenever you're fighting Vega and he does like stand medium punch into stand medium punch, you can buffer back strong and like interrupt that. And I like having V-Skill 1 to make that. I can just buffer like medium knuckle and catch him doing that. There's things about it like that in the neutral game I like, but I just never.
Okay.
No. He never pressed at the moments I thought he was going to, and I just never got it. It's just one of those things.
Yeah, but I did see you get that punish on the forward hit punch once with the V-Skill 1 power.
That punish was clean. We did the crouch medium punch into the V-Skill really flash knuckle. That looked super strong.
Into deep, into super. That was such a strong round.
I think he was. What was he, Veggie? Was he trapped in the corner? And this goes back to what he was saying. It's specific. So if that was mid-screen, he probably wouldn't have got that. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was close to the corner, at least on the left side there.
Yeah,
so I don't remember exactly how far.
Let me ask Kyndrix. Kyndrix, do you think V-Skill 2 against Luke would have done better than you? You didn't look like a Tekker to me. You look like you would have done other things. I don't think a V-Skill would have really mattered here.
You mean V-Skill for Vega or V-Skill on Luke?
V-Skill for Luke. So if you pick the one that beats throws, do you think that would have been better against you? But because you don't look like you tech like arbitrarily to me.
No, I don't think it would have been better because I was backdashing anyway. And he, in that matchup, Luke doesn't. It's hard for Luke to get the opportunities he can get because I'm trying to keep him out. So having that V-Skill 1, having that extra damage, I think is worth it.
Okay, no,
fair point.
I like that. And now I'm gonna ask you about your V-Skill choice. Why did you pick V-Skill 2? I think you only used it once. I think Olvaha spotted when you used it.
I think both of his V-Skills are kind of irrelevant in the matchup.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can use V-Skill 2 to kind of weasel out of pressure, but I've played Zane too much to get away with that.
Yeah. Okay.
And V-Skill 1, it doesn't. It's negative 14. He can punish it further than Buster Claw, I believe. And it's not that great against a beam fireball.
Okay.
Because typically you use the V-Skill 1 to react to normal fireballs.
Right. Okay. I see what you mean. Yeah, that's clear. Do you know what? I really have to commend you again because the way you played this, and I think your style, because I haven't seen you like play naturally outside of CPT, so I've actually only probably seen you play at your best, I should say, and I'm really impressed with what you've shown us today, especially against Luke. I mean, we were so impressed by your gameplay. We made a graphic of you playing Luke. It was great.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
He needs Luke. He needs Luke.
During the lifespan of Street Fighter V, I had 2 kids. And this was my first fighting game, so I wasn't able to focus on it as much as I would like.
Wow.
And now that they're getting older, they're almost in school. I'm hoping in Street Fighter 6 I'll be able to, go to more tournaments and be more active in the scene.
Okay,
That's
now,
awesome.
do you know what? Speaking of that, like, because obviously, like I said, for me, I've only seen you play in your CPTs last year. Correct me if I'm wrong. You didn't enter your CPT this past year. Is that right?
Yeah, I missed it. That's why I didn't enter it this year.
And you are, if I'm not mistaken, you are in the run-in for your regional finals for your World Warrior. I think you've got 85 points, so you are
correct.
Your 5th or 6th seed. Correct me if I am wrong. I do apologize for
I believe it's 6th seed.
Okay. Do you feel you have a chance of qualifying for the CPT finals, or do you like competing at the highest level in your respective region because you like competing?
A little of both. I mean, I think I have a chance to win. I think everyone does if they work hard enough. But I mean, I won't lie. There's some bad matchups for me. I mean, for example, I've never beaten Brian F in a tournament before because Balrog is just such an atrocious matchup for Vega.
Okay.
And I haven't had the time to really dive into Bison to counter out that matchup.
Okay. I'm going to ask you a very weird question. Do you, like, you have 2 kids, you're a family man, you got priorities, like very important ones at that. Do you do any, like, image training or, like, thoughts about the game outside of it? Because sometimes with this game, you get better by not playing it. And I feel because you've understood the game so well, I feel you can visualize, you as a person, Kyndrix, by the way, I think you could visualize a lot of things, and I think you'd be able to, like, kind of exhibit it immediately almost. That's just me personally.
And I've done that exact thing, especially when my kids were younger. I couldn't play all that often, so I would watch people, like Bolt Strike, MJ Gaming, Tourniquet, all sorts of Vega players. And the Vega Discord is great. That's the best Discord, by the way. And I could learn a whole lot without even playing, and that really helped.
Oh, okay. No, shout outs to the Vega Discord. You're very lucky I'm not in there. Otherwise, I'd have a lot to say.
Kyndrix, I would like to just, you kind of answered the question, but I just want to double check because I was wondering why you hadn't switched from Vega yet to such an average character, but I guess maybe it's
like a time sunk fallacy. I just have not had time.
Sorry. Yeah. Do you know what? I think you've described what we've all been thinking for years. It's you guys cannot let this character go. Time sunk fallacy.
Just cross my fingers that Capcom blesses my character.
That's kind of how I understand that. No, I understand that a lot.
So just one more question about like Vega from Kyndrix.
Sorry.
That was fantastic. But have you always played Vega for the lifespan of this game?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I don't know.
I literally picked him because I thought his combos looked cool. That was the only reasoning behind it.
I love that.
Do you know what? I think if there was like a tier list or a chart of people who have not let their character go, Vega is definitely at the top. Vega
they're like
at the top.
Yeah, you're saying Vega or Vega?
No, Vega.
Vega.
Okay.
Not you.
Because you'd be right either way.
You're
okay.
next.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what I was hearing.
You're in the A tier, baby.
Oh man.
Yeah, we lost a lot of Vega players in season 3, I believe. That was when the great betrayal happened.
When you couldn't just do EX Barcelona anymore.
Yeah, it wouldn't even combo half the time.
I mean,
the great Vega drought.
Yeah, the purge of Vega players. No more EX Barcelona.
Right. I've got one more question for Espadah before we swiftly move on. Espadah, would you consider picking another character for Vega, or do you think you can tough this one out with Luke? He was there.
Can you hear me?
Oh, there you go. He was.
Yeah.
I think I could probably. So here's the thing. Me and Kyndrix usually are always like this.
Okay.
It's I'll beat him like 10-3. He'll beat me like 10-3. I'll beat him like 10-3. Because we keep doing this. We keep adapting and fixing things.
Okay.
So I don't feel like, oh man, that was just real bad. I should probably. No, like I know that the next time we play, it'll probably be the other way around.
Okay.
So I know that I feel comfortable like just figuring out, okay, I can't do certain things anymore. What do I focus on instead? Or maybe instead of changing what I do, I go, okay, he's doing something like to beat what I was doing. How do I fix that? How do I make it go back to what it was? Somehow.
Oh, okay.
So that'll probably be what I do. Is I just think about it for a while. We're probably gonna play again after this. We play all the time.
I love it. I love to see it. I love to hear it indeed. Right, gents, have you got any more SF5 related questions before we move on to SF6 related ones?
We can choo-choo move on from.
I think we can move. I mean, a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we should just move on, man.
All right, so
I'm excited to hear.
Let me just clear this up first. Kyndrix, Espadah, did you both get into the beta or not? The closed beta for Street Fighter 6. Okay. Kyndrix said
I did. I was in.
Cool. So we'll go with Espadah first since he has played it. Espadah, your initial impressions. How did you feel about obviously the lobby system, playing Street Fighter 6, getting your hands on it, the system? Talk to me a little bit about your SF6 experience.
Well, it's hard to say on the lobby system because I've never had a lobby system that's like that before.
Okay.
In a fighting game. Well, at least in Street Fighter, right? So it's like just having it at all seemed good. You know, like at that level of like, because they put a lot of quality into that battle hub.
Yeah, they put in so much quality that Phenom was doing spinning bird kicks from up the top of the roof.
Yeah, like you could argue that is an insane feature to have that we've never ever had before, and I don't know. I thought that was nice. The overall experience, I thought was good. It was very social. It was not hard to find a match. You could sit down in the hubs and play anybody. I had no problems with the matchmaking, like finding matches. You could play people all over the world. It was amazing. I liked basically everything. I didn't really have a complaint. The only singular thing that I thought was weird,
talk to me,
is that you started on modern controls and you actually had to hunt through the menus to find a way to turn it off.
Okay.
And for my first 5 matches, I didn't know how to turn it off. So I was like,
you know
what?
What? That's a legit thing. I think there was several. You weren't the only one who had that problem.
What? I was laughing because it happened to me as well. So I really felt that on a...
It's like, flash kick isn't forward and kick. What is this?
Right. So I was kind of confused. I was like, at first, when I first logged into the beta, when I first logged in, I was like, wait a second. Is this beta modern controls only? I was like, no, guys, no, please.
Wait.
Yeah, like the Punisher meme.
Yeah. Wait.
Oh,
right. But that's like it. Like everything. Once I figured out that, I was like, oh, okay. You just have to do. After that, it was smooth sailing.
Okay.
Most fun I've had in a very long time. It was a lot of fun.
What character did you use in the beta, by the way?
I tried Ryu, Ken, and Luke. are the one, because I knew I wasn't gonna have time to get to everybody, not at the way not to find out what I wanted to know, because I got pretty in depth with those 3. But I played mostly Luke in ranked. That's who I hit master with, and then I played Ken in casuals like the rest of the weekend.
Okay.
I think Ken's very good, by the way.
Well, don't worry, you're not the only one that said that. We've heard that a fair bit. Is there any character you feel that you've kind of, right, this is my character for SF6, or are you going to wait to see the gameplay of the entire roster? Because only 8 characters were available in the beta. Did any of those 8 like tickle your fancy, or are you just going to wait until you see the gameplay of everybody?
I'll probably do what I always do and try everybody when the game comes out. Whoever that roster ends up being, I'll probably end up just playing every character. That's just kind of how I learn characters. I play them.
No, that's fair. That's the best way to learn them from your own personal experience.
Right, because it removes that bias you have, which everybody has, of like, oh no, that character works like this. That's how they must work, because that's your experience fighting them. The only way to shed that bias is to walk a mile in someone else's shoes, right? So that's kind of how I always do things. But if I had to put my finger on who I think day one, like if I went to a day one tournament, who I was going to pick to win, probably Ken.
Oh, okay. Interesting choice.
He's good. He's very good.
Oh, don't worry. We could see that with the Dragon Lash kicks and the loops and everything. And then obviously the story game in the corner looks absolutely bonkers, mate. But we got to switch over to Kyndrix. Obviously, Kyndrix, you said you weren't part of the beta. I imagine you followed a little bit of the game by having your eyes glued to some sort of streams, or did you just completely drown out SF6 that weekend?
I watched a lot of streams, watched a lot of people play it.
Okay. From watching it, what are you thinking so far? Is it something you're looking forward to? Do you have any concerns watching it? Any did you do any theory fighting at all, or are you just enjoying the show?
Mostly just joining the show. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping it's going to make online tournaments a lot more viable.
Okay.
Because I can't travel all that much.
Yeah, no, of course.
So if there are more online tournaments, the better.
Now, obviously, my next question regarding characters was there any character in particular interested you, or you're looking forward to? Because as far as I'm aware, your lovely Spanish narcissist ain't coming back. Thank God. But
yeah. So far, Guile seems the most interesting to me. And I look forward to trying him out.
Okay.
But I'll reserve the final decision for when I see the whole roster and I get my hands on the game.
Yeah.
On this next game, I don't plan on being a strict character specialist. I plan to adapt and switch characters.
I mean, I'm going to clip what you just said, and I'm going to keep that on my personal computer. Because I'm going to find you attached to a character that's going to be there for 2 years, and you're going to say,
clip it and ship it, baby.
That's what I'm going to do. But now, obviously, Kyndrix, you did mention online tournaments. So this is something I've got a question for the both of you, and I like to ask this to all our guests. The World Warrior program for Street Fighter 5 right now, do you feel that should return in Street Fighter 6, or do you think that should just be dead and buried in the water? Kyndrix, we'll get your opinion on that first.
I like this format a lot better than the standard CPT. It's a lot more forgiving. You have a lot more opportunities. Because, I mean, as a quirk as a player, some days I just don't play well and I just can't get over that. So having multiple opportunities to qualify for it is very helpful.
So
that's something I appreciate.
Okay, something just in general, you'd prefer, or you'd like that extra buffer for like the big competition. So if you can't enter, let's say, your main CPT online, there is another way. Even if you don't win that, there is another way for you to qualify for the finals. Am I understanding that right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I like that opinion. Espadah, what about you? Do you think the World Warrior program should return, or should be dropped?
I think it should return, and I have opinions on it. So
please.
The thing about World Warrior that I think is good is kind of like what Ryan was saying, is that you have multiple chances. It's a league. It's not like a bracket to qualify. It's a league. The problem with brackets in fighting games is that it doesn't show consistency. It only shows who showed up that day, right?
Okay.
So a player could win a World Warrior and lose 2 more, and then win the last one, and then, okay, now we have a level of understanding of, okay, he has this many points. The other 3 players in the top 8 that qualified have this many points. You start getting a level of seeing like people's range a little bit, versus, okay, who was just good that one day. right?
Yeah.
And I think that that's better for not only making sure that the player who qualifies in the end was the player most equipped to qualify, but also give people as many chances if like Ryan said, if you have a bad day, because we're all human, none of us are perfect. We all have those days sometimes.
I mean, to have 105, but
yeah, have another chance to prove yourself. You know. Well, whatever that young man is doing is working. He should not stop. But for most of us lowly mortals, we have bad days. I think
true.
Even Tokido has flown across the world to a tournament to go 0-2. So I mean,
not on 2, but yeah, very close to this happens.
So I think that this format gives everybody a fair shake, and also at the same time, actually, in my opinion, is more skillful to show the consistency.
Okay, Veggie, do you agree with that?
Absolutely,
because obviously you have been traveling and you have been in the World Warriors as well. So I think if anyone's going to have a very sharper perspective on this, it's going to be you.
I love the World Warriors because from the first tournament, I knew that if I play really bad today, it's not over. And because I knew that, I played really good from the first tournament, because I knew that while it might be a little bit like narcissistic to say, but the fear of not being able to prove your rank in the region or whatever it was really there during the only Premier event last year, right? And I don't feel like I performed to what I can, like dropping punishes, not being ready, doing weird stuff like jumping when I really don't jump like that normally. But in the World Warriors, I've just been cruising and playing like myself, and it's been just like I really felt like I could showcase my level in my scene, in my region. So I really liked having the World Warrior program because it shows consistency. Now the qualified player won't need to have shown consistency, so there is that kind of factor. I mean, there will be seeding based on it, but it will end up on being the guy or girl who's on that day. But at least you get to prove, like, ranking wise, what position-ish you are in that region through the consistency. So you can then, let's say you have a team and you need to present to the team your results. Your opinion is no longer just your opinion. You can say, here are the statistics for this region. Sadly, I couldn't play as well on the Premier event or on the final day due to this or that. I need help working on nerves or whatever. But at least you can see what my level is at. And I think that's a great part of the World Warrior.
Okay.
And who knows, maybe it should just be qualification by points. But then again, that would mean that everyone had to go every time, and maybe someone can't do that. So it's hard. I like it the way it is, at least for showing who the stronger players of the region are.
Okay.
So I have one more thing to say about it as well.
Yeah, please.
It's another thing that a lot of people forget is that this isn't necessarily a new concept. It's existed in esports for a long time. I actually come from a background of competitive Call of Duty before I played fighting games.
Oh, you were one of them guys. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So you played Call of Duty. All right.
2009 to 2014 era.
Okay.
So back then, game battles had this for Halo as well. I also used to play Halo. And game battles has a thing called playoff bracket qualification.
Yes.
So they would have like seasons, and players, like teams, over the course of a season they qualify by points into a playoff bracket. It is exactly the same format as World Warrior, except for rather than it be like, say, 4 tournaments, like 4 World Warrior events, it's over the course of a season. Like,
yes,
a season being like 3 months or something, right? Of just teams playing non-stop. Like, almost like it was a ladder, so it was a little different. It was kind of like the CLG ladder.
Okay.
So it's a very like old school concept that has existed for a long time. It's proven to work. It is a known working concept. So I don't think that anybody that complains about it being like, oh, there's this new format, I think they need to be a little bit more open-minded. It is a very good thing for the game that we are introducing like really good, modern, known to work concepts
like structures. Competitive structures, shall we say?
Yeah, exactly. Like leagues and ladders and things like that. We have needed this for a very long time.
Okay.
And I'm glad it's here now.
All right, that's interesting. I'm going to ask Kyndrix this question because he's actually in the position to do this. Kyndrix, obviously there was it's 5 ranking events with a regional final for the World Warriors. Do you think they should scrap regional finals and just say whoever's got the most points qualifies?
I wouldn't complain.
This is why I'm asking you, because you're in that position where who's at the top of your leaderboard at the moment? I can't quite. Is it Brian or is it El Chakate? I can't remember who's at the top of your.
That's Chakate.
Right.
Chakate.
So let's say, for example, there's no regional final. Chakate just qualifies for the cup due to consistency and being on point with entering as many of the world rules he can. But in the realistic scenario now, you could ruin his day when your finals comes about. So is it more of a perspective thing as to who can do what, or do you think they should scrap the regional finals entirely?
I guess it would be a perspective thing. If you're confident that you would win regardless, then I would imagine you wouldn't even want to. If you were the top seed, you wouldn't even want to compete. You'd say, "Give me the slot."
Yeah.
Can I answer that as well?
Oh, please. Oh, go for it, please.
I think that because it is 4 events and not a ladder over the course of a whole season, there being a regional final makes perfect sense. But if it was a season where you fought for 3 months straight in a ladder style, non-stop matches every day, I think like it just ending on a qualification of points is better that way.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It all depends on how they do the format. The way the format is now, a regional qualification, like a ladder at the end, like not a ladder, but a bracket at the end makes sense.
Okay, no, fair. I like talking to you guys about competitive plays and how things should be done, and obviously theorizing for things that they might potentially do for SF6 if the World Warrior program was to return. But no, you know, it's been fantastic talking to you guys and hearing your opinions. Always love hearing this. Have any of you two got any SF6 related questions you want to ask before I hit them with my final question? Because we are
hit him with the final, the critical art.
Oh wait, Espadah, do you want to say something? Or
I was gonna. Well, you said do I have Street Fighter 6 related questions?
I mean,
I do.
Oh. Do you want to ask us something or?
Yeah.
The turnaround.
There's a couple things if I have the liberty to ask, and remember, and I do feel like you did say, do I have any? So I have to be honest.
I mean, you could ask me. Whether or not I answer them is a different story entirely.
Yeah. I understand. Okay. So the thing about Battle Hub I find really interesting that I picked up on very quickly into the beta is this is something that is going to make like integration via Twitch. I mean, there's monitors like everywhere in the Battle Hub, right? There's integration via Twitch, like Twitch streams being played in the Battle Hub. Very possible, and is promoting content creators for the game inside the Battle Hub something that you think would happen in Street Fighter 6?
With the direction fighting games are going and how social media has become one of, if not the biggest thing on planet Earth right now in terms of how you just receive news and put out things, I wouldn't be surprised if that was additional content to arrive in the game over the years. I wouldn't say it's impossible to add to the game as a feature.
Yeah.
Will that answer suffice?
That is a fair answer without revealing too much. I understand. My next question.
Oh, he's got another one.
I'm going to give Ryan a turn after this because I wonder if he has anything to ask too. But my second question. my second question is there any chance of a release date?
No.
Being shown soon?
Yeah, you're going to find out. The game's going to come out next week.
Sick. Awesome. Love
That's all I'll tell you. What's the week from now?
Wait.
What is it, 23rd? Is it the 23rd or the 22nd? Yeah, Street Fighter 6 is out.
I tried, guys. I tried.
Yeah, Street Fighter 6 out on the 22nd November 2022. Make sure you get your pre-orders in now and just hand all the money to my
Clip it
account.
and ship it, boys.
There you go. Anytime in the week. Don't worry. You won't find
And that's how Jammer's career ended.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Press F's in the chat. F's in the chat.
Legit. Honestly, I don't know when the game's coming out. I'm just hoping they don't leave it too late next year, and we can all. Well, Veggy's suffering in silence at this point. He's throbbing at the mouth. You can see it. Look, he's scratching his neck because
It's like.
His beard is growing until that game is launched.
I know. There you go. That's how it is. But I mean, since Espadah was so kind, Kyndrix, is there anything you'd like to ask me?
Not really ask, more of a demand. If Capcom puts Vega in the game, I expect a call, a console call.
Oh, Oh, okay, right. Make sure the claw off mechanic when you're just blocking is there. All right, cool, straight. I'll make sure.
Keep your phone on.
I'll make sure I pop that in an email and send it to them tomorrow. But yes, you know what?
Hold your breath.
We gotta hit them with the final question because I love asking people this question. So, gentlemen, as you know, there are going to be esports commentators in the game, ones you are very familiar with in the FGC. Obviously, we've got Vicious, Steve, James, Papa T, Wawa. We got the lot. They're going to be in the game. I like to ask people this question: if you could have 2 commentators as DLC commentators in Street Fighter 6, who would you want to be in the game? Espadah, will get your opinion on that first.
It's hard, right? Because really, if it was up to me, I would make it so that everybody gets in over time. I don't want anyone to be left out that has, you know, a leg in the door that's been doing this for a while. Like, all you guys are amazing for what you guys do for us.
What a
Gamers yourself, for example, you definitely should be in the game. Like, it's not even a question, in my opinion. I could say the same for F-Word and a lot of other people too. Like, you guys deserve. Anybody that has commentated events, has put effort, like blood, sweat, and tears into doing that, deserves to be in there in some capacity, in my opinion. But that's just me. I don't know if I could pick just 2 people and be like, yeah, I'll pick 2 people and you guys can try your luck next time. I don't really vibe with that.
That was such a kind-souled company answer there. I like how you wormed your way out of that one. That was great. Now I respect it.
How are we going to make that happen now? After
what are the logistics?
He just opened his arms and said, I just want to give you all a big hug. You should all be in the game.
I mean, hey, if they can release like characters over the course of years, they can release like other content, right?
Do you know what? He's not lying. I like that. No one has said that. That is a very good perspective. You could do it in characters, you could do it in competition. You didn't hear it from me first. I didn't say it was him.
Damn, season pass?
I don't know. Maybe something. Who knows? But Kyndrix, please don't give me a company answer. Are you going to pick 2 people?
Let me dodge that question. I agree with everything Zane said.
Oh, wow.
I love it. You two are such kind-hearted people. You said, I just want everybody in the game. I just want to play the game. Forget you guys. No, that's absolutely brilliant indeed. All right, you know what, gentlemen? It's been fantastic talking to you. We are just about out of time. Richard, if you can roll their fight card up so we can get people to know their social medias and give them a follow. They're lovely people to talk to, and they've got fine gameplay to back that up. Right, gentlemen, this is my chance to give you guys the podium and give you some last words before you leave us. Kyndrix, try not to ask too much about Vega, so what would you like to say for the people before you leave?
Follow me on Twitter, check me out on Twitch. I don't stream as much as I would like to, but I am on Twitch, so I would appreciate you if you guys tuned in.
Sweet, you can see his Twitch.
I agree with that. You guys definitely should follow him.
Oh, okay. All right.
There you go. The vouch.
There you go. Perfect. And Espadah, what about you? Anything you want to plug? Anyone you want to thank?
Well, as for people I want to thank, I always have to thank, Doc, Bobby Ensminger, the guy who owned the local store that taught me, everybody in my scene. Obviously, Ryan for agreeing to play. He's a great sport, great player. In my opinion, one of the best and brightest of Texas. As for what I want to plug, besides what's shown on screen, like my Twitter, my Twitch, YouTube, whatever, I do coach on Metafy. And I have taught players that have been on here before, like Todokai. And actually Andy Enigma as well.
Yo. All right, hit him up.
Yeah.
I've been teaching Todokai since 2019-ish.
Oh, okay. I like that. Very good there. So, yes, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There are their social media outlets as well. Espadah has mentioned his Metafy, so if you do want to get better at fighting games and you want to pick Luke, make sure you go and check him out over
Luke
there.
Not required. I'll help anybody.
Make sure you go over there. But yes, gentlemen, we are just about out of time. So myself, Veggie, and Ovar have to close out the show in timely fashion. So when you are ready, you can leave the Discord call, and I'll drop you both another message later. Thanking you guys for joining us on the show once again.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for coming.
Cheers.
Take care, gentlemen.
Take care.
But yeah, you know what? Another set of people that are great to talk to, and you know what? I love their opinions. And
very outspoken.
Do you know? I like their philosophy going up against each character and just their perspective on fighting games in general. That was pretty damn sharp. So again, you got to thank this lovely man.
Jammers, could you hand me that water bottle over there?
Veggie talent.
The one in the back. No.
Yeah, sure. That one.
Yeah.
That one.
No, further.
It's there. I can put it above your head. Still messed them up.
I didn't know you had a... Oh, thanks, bro.
Oh, there you go. Well, I wasn't drinking Pepsi, but I don't know how that turned into...
Yeah, I was going to ask that, but yeah.
Don't know what it was. But yeah, no, much love, Veggie, for lining that one up as well. Do you know what? Like we said, we gotta give props. We got full credit to Kyndrix, how he exhibited that, because obviously we saw it with Allegrius Claw and Nomi Aegis a couple of weeks ago. A complete turnaround. We had the Vega winning the matchup this time round and had a completely different philosophy on it. And this is what it's all about. Obviously, you don't want to have a repeat matchup too often, but having 2 or 3 different perspectives on it so we can kind of make notes and put it all together for future events. If we potentially start a matchup, it's always good to see. So
I think it's also like really cool to see how your life situation can mold the way that you train for a game or for like a... For example, Kyndrix, he obviously has his hands full with like real life stuff and, you know, family stuff. So, you know, mental image training and such can actually be very beneficial for someone who doesn't have the luxury to play and, you know, boot up the game every time they want to. So I think it's really cool. And like you said before, Jammer, so the philosophy that they have, it was just very cool to see. Like, they were both very outspoken, and they've clearly thought about it as well.
Yeah, look, this is what it's all about, man. I like hearing I like hearing people's opinions. Obviously, bouncing off Veggie, you've been to events, you do this all the time. It's like just bouncing ideas and just discussing things with people, and it could just allow you to walk away thinking about something completely different than your own personal perspective.
Exactly.
'Cause that's basically at the forefront of your mind all the time. Just hearing about different things and how they see the characters is great to see there. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we've had another good show, so thank you very much for joining us here. But we've got to do the quick plugins before we leave. We're on Tuesday, but you know what happens on Monday? Street Fighter League EU is every week. I was plugging the hell out of this on UFA. I hope Abu doesn't just sack me completely. But yes, you can find Street Fighter League EU on the following social media outlet: Capcom Fighters, twitch.tv/Capcom Fighters, or you type in Capcom Fighters on the YouTube, and you can find all the episodes up to week 6, I believe. I've lost count, but that is the website right now. If you want to check out the website, the teams, the seasons, the results of the week, and the latest news on Street Fighter League EU, you can do that. Just type in streetfighterleagueeurope.com and it will take you there to find out all the necessary information as well as the upcoming schedule. What you can also find on twitch.tv/Capcom Fighters is today's archive episode of Set. 6 teams, 24 players, some of the best. And I'll tell you what our USP is for SFL EU. There's only 2 loots, if I'm correct. One of them's active, the other one's the doesn't.
Find a birdie.
Don't listen to that. See, that's how you don't get jobs. Don't not say that. Just say, yeah, I can play birdie. Whatever. Anyway, but
you see a birdie, guys. It's rare.
No, don't worry. I see a man in shorts and he's having a great
time. I was gonna call the shorts. I love them.
That's what I see. But what you can also do as well, we're on Monday. I'll tell you what's on Friday. That is SFL US. They're on every Friday, and they got their own website. Just type in streetfighterleague.com. It should take you to SFL Europe. You can find out the upcoming schedule, the results as well. You can catch the archives on Capcom Fighters YouTube, and even their matches are divided. I've asked if they could split up our matches so it makes it easier for the players to do research and obviously evaluate their own gameplay. But again, you got Team CLG, Endemic, NASA, and Bandits. You got Team Panda, Red Rooster, and UYU. These guys are putting on a show. Shout outs to Rob TV, Vicious, and Tasty C for the talent on deck, as well as all the players involved in that. Tons of content around the clock for you guys and SFL EU. We did mention before there is more World Warrior events going to be happening because we are coming to the closing stages of every World Warrior, because there's going to be a lot of World Warrior finals in the in the month of December. I don't know where I was going with that, but you can head on over to CapcomProTour.com to find out all the latest information and update regarding those and what upcoming schedules will be happening as well there. But yes, I'll tell you what, we've had another fantastic time. I'm tired because I was at an event not too long ago, and Vega was at that same event.
You guys, go-getters.
We're doing the work. Hey, listen, you've had an exhausting day as well, because listen, you've been doing your practice and getting on that stuff. But yes, what we are going to do is leave you, and we're going to come back
and
next week.
As you usually say, love you and leave you.
Love you too.
Yeah, love you and leave you. Yeah.
We will
usually
do
say
that,
yeah.
but I'll tell you what we will do. We will love you, we will leave you, and we're all going to be Luke players because our lovely production team is just going to say, I'm just going to brand you all as Luke players.
I hope to see that graphic in Twitter later.
We will see you next week for another episode of Sets. Until then, see you next time. Take care.